Good evening, everybody. What is going on? It's your boy Haywood here. We got a great Super Bowl edition size show for you tonight. I'm super excited to give you our final last Saturday show of the NFL season. Man, I am excited. We got a star-studded lineup for you. Welcome, everybody, to the Pick Is In podcast. Yes, you know what? All right, we cover a lot of things on the show, but the main point is winning bets. But we have great sports minds on, great talk, little fancy football background, all kinds of stuff to go into it. Man, this show has been great to do. It's been honored to deliver this to you guys every week. Man, I am so grateful. But I want to do a cheers to my co-host. His last football show of the year. Jonah Stormrider.
Hey, cheers, brother.
Hey, what up, my brother?
How's it going, man? It's great. It's been a great season. Lots of fun.
It has, man. I'm very grateful. And I want to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart, Jonah. I love you.
Absolutely, buddy. And check it out, folks. I'll be back next football season. Don't get yourself all twisted. But right now, as you know, let's bring on Snoop. So Snoop is here with us today as well. So as you know, the torch is being passed. He's the basketball fiend. Look, guys, I've never bet on a basketball game in my life. I feel like it would be crazy for me to sit up here and say, these are my picks, tee, right? So a much more experienced gentleman here has decided to step in, and absolutely, I'm excited to see what these guys do. How? Cheers, Snoop.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Happy Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, let's get it. I'm excited to do things with brother from another.
Before we get too deep into all the other things that we want to talk about, I do want to just remind people that we do have the Pick Is In podcast is on YouTube. And of course, you've got all the Phone Booth podcasts at .substack.com, all the podcasts there. Pick Is In is one, of course. Phone Booth podcast. We just got finished with an extra long, extra fantastic live shortly ago. The Philosopher King podcast, now not only on Wednesday nights, but every single morning at 8 a.m. for Cup of Jonah. Here's the Thing podcast with none other than Snoop Von Poop himself, which he will give you a teaser trailer of a little bit more in a second. Dualistic podcast, Mind of Madness, Fasting Fake, Detoxing the Myth. It just goes on and on, folks. So make sure you are subscribed to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com.
Jonah bringing the heat. I love it.
Ayo.
I feel the energy, brother. Let's go.
Man, the Heat's not just a basketball team in Miami. Wow.
Got him.
Hey, it's Super Bowl weekend, boys. This is one weekend out of the year, man.
100%. I'm even wearing a special jersey, my Cardinals Super Bowl jersey from 2009. All right, let's go.
There you go.
Probably the only time my team will ever be.
Of course, there's so much to talk about. I know we've got a number of guests lined up, and then we have an interview to show you guys. But in the meantime, before we get into some of the more football-related stuff, Snoop, do you have a clip for us you want to show us? I know you had a special guest for for your podcast here.
I would just like to point out that it's very awkward to go from the guest I had last week to this next one. Like, my show is really falling off the rails.
Falling off the rails. Where's the trumpets?
Yeah, right?
Oh, who's this funny looking guy?
So here is a clip of this coming week's Here's the Thing podcast with my special guest, Haywood Almanac. Ooh. I don't know if I could just figure out how to work it. Yeah, it was really cool to talk to him for a little bit because, I've known him for a few months just through social media and whatnot. And I won that Bare Bones hat that I was wearing in the interview there from him. And I started talking to him a little bit. But I just love seeing all you sports nerds stat up together. Just you guys can just riff. I mean, and it's cool to watch. I can't retain all that info.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. You appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how do you store that information in your brain? Do you just sacrifice other parts of your brain for that, or what?
I'll drink to that. I mean, cheers. I'll drink to that. That was funny. That was fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not calling you dumb or anything, but
no, but
yeah. Boom.
I love it.
Boy, that guess is whack compared to your last one. I got it. Yeah, check it out. Here's the Thing podcast, Tuesday, 6 p.m. EST. Like the song goes, the Poop-Tang Clan and Snoop Von Poop holding it down. I had fun, Snoop. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. It was a blast.
Show the hat off.
I can't believe that's the first time you've been on the podcast.
Well, as a guest, 100% guest, I've appeared on it.
Here's the Thing podcast. These are my sweet new hats. As you can see, this one's pink and gray. We got the black on blacks. Yeah, it's exciting.
And mine is coming, which I'm pumped about.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you mailed it already.
No, they'll be going out Monday. So I just got them late last night. So
nice.
I love it.
And don't forget, folks, go to YouTube and subscribe to us on YouTube at the Pick Is In podcast. That would be awesome. Give us some love there. That's where we show all of our videos and shows the day after. We're working on getting towards that YouTube streaming. But show us if, Jonah, we got that link, man. We can show the people. I forgot to bring that up during Substack.
Oh, I brought it up already. Yeah, the people saw it. I showed it right before Substack. But I think next, though, no, you're good. I want to show now, before, obviously, we're heading into the climax of the whole year, the last game, all the excitement and buzz around it. But let's take a look back at our track record so far this year, which I think is something to be proud of.
All right.
So tell the people.
Since week 1, folks, we're up $1,979. That's banned in Haywood and Snoop units. That's what we call it around here. But show's doing great. We're killing it. We had our best week to date again. That's been a theme lately. The last 3 weeks have been great. Plus $315, 10 winning bets. We delivered 105 and 18 on all of our legs. Let's go. Let's win some money, and we're doing it. Yes.
So, quick clarifying question. Since week 1, plus 1,979, does that mean we're basically just under 20 times the money that you started with if you took all the bets that we've presented here?
Great Scott.
100%. I love it. I love it.
We're almost up 20 bands, bro. Dude.
Show me the money!
Killing it.
Right, there we go.
Killing it. We're doing good, folks. So we're always transparent. I keep a record of everything. So, and this show, hopefully we can perform well with some of our bets that we have laid down, but it's the last week of the NFL. Go ahead, Jonah.
No, I was just going to say, so that everybody, because I everybody's used to it being on Saturdays, but coming up into the NBA season, you guys are going to be doing something actually really special on Thursday nights, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, on Thursday nights, it's going to be a completely different show format. We're going to show you how to live NBA bet. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a sports book up. I'm going to build bets on the screen, show you. We're going to do them during half times of Thursday night. Snoop told me Thursday nights are the most loaded, and they are. Those are going to be the loaded nights for games. So we don't have a time designated yet, but we want to concentrate on the first and second tier of games at halftime showing the stream. So we're going to have like Gamecast on in the background. We're going to show you exactly how to live bet. And that's where I've been winning all these bets.
And the benefit there, folks, is you're going to be able to tailor bail. Like if you like 3 of the 4 legs or more, or you want to throw in another one to sweeten the pot a little bit more, you'll be able to customize the bets kind of with these guys' insights. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do with it, man. It's going to be great.
Me too. And Snoop brings a whole nother like difference. He's not like a betting guy, but he knows the NBA, man. And we just have good fluent conversation about basketball. That's one of our connections. So Snoop, I'm excited, brother.
Yes, me too.
And he's smarter than I look, so it's gonna be great.
And I'm better looking.
Oh,
this is facts. This is facts. I can't deny. All right. So one other thing I know, Haywood, you had wanted to go over with the folks here as a little bit of a recap of last week. We had taken a look at some of the posts. Remember, this is the episode that we had there last week, and then these are the picks that were posted afterwards here. Did you want to touch on any of these in particular, or did you just want me to scroll down through and refresh people that it's all there after the post?
Basically that. Just scroll through. I show you the odds, a picture, the link. These are all bets I posted for the Super Bowl, and then it jumps in the NBA. And if you want to show some of these wins, that'd be great. There's quite a few. I got a first basket one as well this week. That's my second one in 2 weeks, and I never do those. So
I love that.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff.
All right. Yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, everything's there. The bet, the picture, it shows you the wins, the losses, what legs hit, what legs didn't, and that's all the NBA live betting. Dude, hit quite a few of them. Here's that first basket one, Jonah. That's one of them.
Beautiful.
So first basket.
Look at that.
Dude.
$138 off of 26. Does it get better than that, folks? Come on now. I love it.
Love it. Jonah, Snoop, can you do me a favor? Our guest is having trouble with the links. Should we send them in DM in Twitter? Is that okay?
Is it El Poopy?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna step off and I'll call him.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. And then
all right, so you want to take a look at the Larry Fitzgerald link yet, or what do you want to hit next?
Any word from your guest coming on?
No, well, John Bill's Mafia, as you guys remember, he said he's going to be able to swing by for a little bit today. So we'll see.
Okay,
but we'll just kind of roll with that. Let's take a look at some of these other links that we had here.
I'm down to talk about the Larry, of course. If you, Jonah, can you send me another link to Carter possibly, or send it to me and I can send it to him? The one I sent him is not working.
Okay. Here we go. Let's send this one to you.
That'd be great.
I'm going to send it to you on WhatsApp there.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Forward that to him. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So my favorite player, one of my favorite players of all time is Larry Centers and Larry Fitzgerald. I'm wearing the Super Bowl jersey. It's his day. He got enshrined and honored to the Hall of Fame. First ballot. Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players of all time, one of my favorite players. The guy's a great human being. He absolutely dominated. And look at some of these stats. He had, read some of these off.
92 receiving grade, 16,250 receiving yards. That's wild. 845 receptions for first downs, and a 3.3% drop rate only. That's wild. That means if you throw the ball to the man 1,000 times, he'll only miss it 33. That's crazy.
Right. I love the jersey. That was one of the greatest plays of all time. Yeah, dude. Crazy.
Teaser trailer for the folks on jerseys. I've got some interesting stats about jerseys and unique jerseys and that game outcomes. If you're superstitious, and I know you are, Haywood.
Yes.
This should be dictating for Super Bowl. It should be very interesting.
Interesting. I can't wait to see that. So we don't have time segged out for our guests. We're going to take them as they come and wing it. A part of live streaming. This happens. So, but yeah, I want to hear your thing about jerseys for sure.
Well, let's hear. This is the other piece that you showed me about the Larry Fitzgerald first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So second all time for catches, second all time for total yards, 121 touchdowns, more career tackles than drops, and 11-time Pro Bowl, 3-time All Pro. Great stuff.
Dude, go back real quick. Read that third one out real fast. It's this is the most craziest stat. He has more career tackles than drops. So what that means, folks, is how many times he never played defense. So interception, right, from the quarterback. He had more tackles than drop passes. The best hands ever. Some of this guy's training. That's crazy, huh?
Which those tackles only happens if his quarterback turns the ball over and he has to jump in and tackle, which is pretty rare by comparison, right?
Pretty rare.
Very, very, very interesting.
There's video of him at the Seattle fish market. You know, they toss the fish. He catches them. Like, the guy's got great hands. I think even Snoop said something about that, about him having great hands. So
that's awesome.
He has man hands.
Hey, Jerry Seinfeld, right? Man hands. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Looks like we got some guests in the house as well.
We have a new sound. What do we got? Oh, let's see.
Let's bring him up. So we'll bring him up together. What do you think?
Let's
do it. Carter and El Poopy. You guys remember these guys?
Am I on stage?
Wonderful guests.
Hold on, can I hear
What's up,
everybody?
gentlemen? Yes, you both are. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Let me get some volume going here.
Hey, thanks for popping in for the greatest sport event of the year.
Carter, El Poopy.
Guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen.
What's good?
Volume issues.
I just want to point out that El Poopy having all these technical.
Oh my goodness!
Over here
Hold on.
Is the one that went to school for this type of shit.
He's usually really good about it. Yeah.
Of course, my volume's not working.
I'm gonna take him out.
All right, no problem. What's up, Carter? Can we give him an applause?
Yeah. One sweep for Super Bowl.
All right.
Thanks for having me, guys. Stoked.
Yeah, no problem.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, El Poopy.
Why can't I hear you guys?
Oh no.
Weird.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to come back with you guys. Hold on.
All right, yeah, refresh, come back. All right, Carter, it's good to have you back, brother.
What's up, man? How are you guys?
We're great.
Good.
We're great.
Sorry, I'm tracking bets at the same time. I'm like, I gotta hit this bet.
Oh man, we're gearing up for the big game tomorrow. It's exciting, man.
Yeah. My boys are playing. My Patriots. So
All right, that's right.
There
Your
you
team,
go.
baby.
See all those rings? Those are all Bostonian rings, just in case all these fans that what we have, right?
Just in case the world has forgotten.
Celtics,
Now, I will say,
Red Sox, the Bruins, Patriots. The rings.
I got to tell you, I've never lived in that corner of the country. I've lived in almost every other corner of the country, but I will say the reason why I was a Patriot fan all through the dynasty is because when they overthrew the Ram dynasty in Brady's first Super Bowl, because they were the Cinderella team and he was such a fresh rookie quarterback, it was all my heart was behind this young kid. And he became the greatest. And people, toward the end of his career, when he had such poise and dominance, people forgot that he was that little kid who had no playoff experience, who carried that Cinderella team to the end. And this year, I'm so rooting for the Patriots again, because you're in a similar situation again with a rookie quarterback.
Second year.
If this happens again, if they win tomorrow, it'll be the greatest. They had 80-1 odds of making the Super Bowl to start the season, and it'll be the greatest odds reversal, or the team with the worst odds coming into the year to ever win the Super Bowl. So because I love an underdog story, I'm all in for Patriots tomorrow, baby.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been there since day one. I mean, Brady with his hands on his head. I mean, he truly could not believe where he was, and I think the same trajectory, man. I mean, the kid's likable, Drake May. I mean, I like Allen, and he's a Buffalo guy, but I like him. I think that Allen's got it right, but people got to look at May too and be like, this kid, he's fresh, he's a little raw, but man, he's likable, he's poised. I think he's gonna have a day tomorrow. I think people are really underestimating New England tomorrow. I really think they are.
Good job, Jonah, on bringing that up because it was like June. It was 80-1 for them to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. Good stuff, dude. Good stuff.
And both teams weren't in the playoffs last year. I think that's the first time ever, right? First time ever 2 non-playoff teams.
Yeah. Well, Not only
Finally.
that, hey, oh, Poopy, what's up,
Finally,
buddy?
man. You know, it's crazy when you can't get the volume to work on your thing. So I'm going straight. Just go straight with it. How's everybody doing tonight?
What up? What up?
Fantastic.
Gosh,
Cheers,
there we
brother.
go.
Cheers, El Poopy.
Cheers. I don't even have a drink. It's a chill night at the house. So
I don't. That's allegedly. Allegedly.
no, we're keeping it pretty chill tonight. So we're actually watching Mufasa. I know, Disney Plus, man. So
No problem.
hey, who's ready? Who's ready for a Bad Bunny touchdown? Anytime touchdown, right?
Oh, God.
I know, right? Everybody's excited about that, right?
It's coming from a guy that put $100,000 on orange Gatorade, El Poopy. Carter, this is a longtime buddy of mine. He's a great bettor.
What up,
Glad you guys meet. Carter, Snoop is a good buddy of mine too. Glad to have you guys meet each other finally.
For sure. Yeah, I see you guys all over the place. So yeah, stoked to finally meet.
I love it.
Awesome.
Cheers.
So yeah, what's going on, man? What we got going on here? I know that I have the Patriots. There's gonna be one or two ways. Either Sam Darnold's gonna see ghosts again, and it's gonna go the wrong way, or Patriots are gonna win. It's just is how it is. You know, it's just that's how I think it's gonna be. At least they'll cover 5.5. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, 21-17 is also the number, the magic number.
Okay.
17.
Ooh, interesting.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
21-17 plus 30,000 if you look at that. Bad Bunny anytime touchdown, and then and TP USA for the win, right? Oh God.
You're gonna like the last segment.
me, I know, but these are actual Bad Bunny Adidas.
No way.
Oh, what? Those are clean.
Wow.
Those are Bad Bunny Adidas.
No way.
I've had for about 2 years now. So maybe I'm
Those are clean.
this one with you guys, but you know they're comfortable. And,
Don't let El Poopy fool you. He jams that Bad Bunny all the time.
Say hi, Riley.
I was rocking it down the car wash today. I got some looks.
Riley wants to say hi.
What's up, Riley?
Oh, cute.
So funny.
Making her first appearance on the show, Riley.
I know, right? So yeah, how's everybody excited for the Super Bowl tomorrow? She's loving it right now.
Dude, can't wait.
So
One of the best days of the year, man. That brings people together, man. It's one of our best.
I didn't
days.
check the Sun score. How are we doing right now?
now,
No idea.
Oh boy,
Ask Carter. Ask Carter.
Carter, what's the
if you
Sun
believe-
score?
So you got let's see, it's 86-97 bad guys.
Man, that sucks.
Minutes restriction for Green and Booker. That's the only thing I read.
Yeah.
Booker's at 10 right now. He's in. Green is sitting. He's only played 17 minutes. I need Williams for 15 points. He needs to get his ass in.
Well, let's go, Williams.
Wow, that's going to happen. Anyway,
El Poopy, you're gonna like the last segment. I got correct score bets for the people, and you know my history with them, right?
Yeah, you do pretty good with them. So what I want to hear what yours is compared to my 21-17.
But it's very damn close to your number.
Patriots are going to take it, man. I have that weird feeling. I don't know why, but you never know. It can go either way. I mean, last year, who would expect the Eagles to wipe the Chiefs on the ground?
Right?
Yeah,
100%.
Remember the Super Bowl the last time with the Steelers and the Broncos, or the Seahawks and the Broncos? Oh my God, the game was over after the first quarter.
Yeah, it totally was. Go ahead, Jonah.
You know what's wild is there's an argument that a lot of people are making right now against this year's Patriots. They're saying, "Oh, they had such an easy schedule. They don't even deserve to be there." If you look historically back at the teams that have won the Super Bowl, there's actually a very high percentage of them that had very easy schedules all year long.
love it.
So it's not at all saying, "Oh, they don't deserve to be there." It's actually even some of the biggest Super Bowls that we've seen with either the Chiefs or the Patriots, during their respective dynasties, they've had easy schedules. So it's not at all saying anything.
It doesn't. I mean, it's the NFL, man. Every week, I mean, you win a game. It doesn't matter. These are paid professionals. You know, whether you think it's scripted or not. You know, it's all good. I mean, it's a tough squad.
And the level of talent of these guys in general is just such that any team can win any given Sunday, you know?
Yeah. Shit, man. I mean, I wish I could play in the NFL. Right now, I can't even trust a fart right now, so that's where I'm at.
You should never trust one.
Never.
So
Never.
I got a super fun stat for you guys. So the Patriots chose this weekend for their jersey the white on white.
That's the white wins.
They don't do it very often, but they're 9-0 in postseason record with their white on white. 9-0.
That's and white usually wins. Yeah.
Carter, did you know that?
I didn't. I thought they went white and silver, but if they went white on white, no, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
And here's a fun thing too.
I see.
So
I see how you avoided that. Okay.
The Seahawks follow up with and they went to their old school monochromatic navy on navy combination. So it's white on white versus navy on navy. And that goes back to the old dynasty, the Seahawk dynasty back in the day. And they're 6-0 in playoff games with their blue on blue. So we're talking superstitious versus they're going toe to toe on everything. It's great.
Well, yeah.
What I thought they should have done, guys, each team should wear their throwbacks because they're both glorious throwbacks.
What's the other stat line? Sam Darnold sucks against the Patriots.
Yeah, he's never beaten them. He's 0-4.
Allegedly.
I'll go with that one. I mean, Vrabel 2 weeks to prepare. I mean, the Seahawks defense is good too. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. I think we'll have a little bit better Super Bowl than we did last year for sure. You know, and nobody wants to see that fucking shellacking all over again. God, man. I mean, it was nice to see because it's like, but it's the Eagles, so it really nobody cares besides Philadelphia. You know. I mean, if you ever hung out with a Philly fan, they're just the most. They're great. Sorry, I love all you Philly fans.
Santa Claus, though. Come on.
I'm a Cardinals fan. I have nothing to say, man. I mean, at least they got 2 Super Bowls in their pocket. You know, yeah, they can go fuck themselves. So.
So one thing I want to do, we can bring up Carter shared some bets with us. I want to have Carter talk about him a little bit because he's one of the best bettors I know. I look up to him.
That's awesome.
I learned a lot from him, and I love him. He knows that. I got a lot of love for his reads, man. He knows what's up. So we'll pull this up, and Carter, if you want to maybe talk about him. That'd be awesome.
So I play player props. Of course, I want the Patriots to win, but most of the time, I don't really care who wins. Right? I don't play overs. I don't play spreads. I don't even look at them. Honestly, they don't really factor in when I'm looking at player props. I'm a player props guy, and I'm also a data guy. So I'm always looking at data and historical data, and I kind of go off of what a defense is really bad at rather than what an offense is really good at. So for me, and I've been hitting. I can tell you right now, Haywood knows. I hit, receptions, right? So it's not just how many receptions, it's length of receptions.
Yep.
So I think some of the best value, and people miss out on it, is like this first bet, right? This is a pretty simple one. Matt Collins for 10 yards, Kenneth Walker for 10 yards, right? It's only plus 104. You got a lot of people who are like, I don't want to play, 104s or 110s or 120s. I'll play them all day, So I only put $40 on this as a hold. But this one for me, it's a no-brainer. And why is it a no-brainer? Because when you start looking at what the history is, and it says it right here, like Kenneth Walker, past 5 games, he's had 4 receptions, 3 receptions, 4 receptions, 2, 3 receptions, right? His longest has been 15, 15, 26, and 46. Right. And then when you look at Matt Collins, he's my boy. He is a dog. The guy barefoot in Boston. Like, this is the dog. This is what this guy gets up for this game. You watch. Matt Collins is going to
he plays for big games. Yes.
He plays for big games. But he's also got hands of steel, man. So when you look at this right here, last 5 games, he's had 2 receptions. It's kind of an outlier. 7 before he was hurt, right? So there's about 3 games where he's hurt there. So it was like 2 last game. Then he was hurt for 3 games. Then 7 receptions, 4, 3, and 2. But his longest, look at his longest. 31, 20, 18, 11, and 24. So if you know anything about the Patriots, they like to run these 18 and 15-yard plays, right? And Hollins is the dude that always is getting targeted on these 15 and 18-yard routes. So I like him on the second bet for a 15-yarder. So I got Hollins for a 15-yarder and Kenneth Walker for a 10. Gives you plus 170. So 100 will get you 270. All right. Next bet. If you look at it, you got Kenneth Walker for 15, Matt Collins for 15, 65 get you to 60. That's plus 300. That's sneaky. Both of these guys plus 15 yards. And then I kind of got him Matt Collins at 2 receptions, Walker at 2 receptions, Walker for 15 yards total, and Matt Collins for 20 yards total. That's plus 153. So those are just my initial reads coming into this. So I like all 4 of those bets. I think all 4 smack. I also got another bet: Ramondre Stevenson first series 1 catch, and Walker 1 catch. I think there's going to be a little jumpy nerves. I think we're going to dump it off to the backs in the first series a little bit, kind of get that completion. So I got that as well. And then I'm playing some squares, and I got some big reception lays. But yeah, these are my 4 going in here, man.
If we could zoom into the top part of this, that'd be great. Maybe show the people the actual format of the bets. That'd be great. So people at home, pick one. If I was to pick one, pick his receptions with Walker and Matt Collins. That's probably my favorite one. My guy knows his stuff, man. He knows his stuff, and he's great on these pregame reception yardage props. So
yeah, I hit these. I mean, I'm not bragging, but I mean, I got data. Like I'm that guy. I do it in my hand. I can tell you. You can go, hey, what did Chicago do in Week 4 versus Las Vegas? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what they did good, what they did bad. So I just like data, man. Data tells the story on people. It tells the story on stocks. It tells the story on everything. Like data. So I go into everything with data. I do factor in this is the Super Bowl. So, data is going to be skewed a little bit. Like there's going to be a lot of adrenaline. But second half, things should calm down. We should start accomplishing what we need to accomplish. And I think these are pretty easy bets, man. Hollins for 2, right? Kenneth Walker for 2, 15 yards, 20 yards, plus 153. Come on. Anyway, yeah, I'm not the plus 1,000, plus 2,000, plus 4,000 guy. I'm a conservative when it comes to betting. I want to stack my money. I don't want to donate my money. So coming out of weekends, I like to be up $400 or $500. Sometimes I'm up 700 or 800. I think I've taken 1 week of a loss this week, and Haywood knows. I mean, I share every single bet with him. So NFL for me has been awesome. NBA has been okay. Baseball sucks. If I could just take baseball out, I'd be the most profitable bettor in the world. But
Carter, that's why you're going to watch me this summer on this podcast. I do pretty darn good at baseball.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked because I've been taking in the rear on baseball, dude, really hard.
I got you.
And that's where El Poopy comes in, the rear.
I don't like it. All right.
Oh
boy, you always got to rate it.
He is the Vince of this podcast.
He is.
Notice they're both loud.
I do got some good punchlines coming in here and there, Hey, I'm digging the whole little Bible thing you got going on over there. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean,
analytics is everything, man. I love that. That's awesome.
I got colors.
I mean,
I need to come over and hang out and read your Bible, man.
Dude, my wife looks at me sometimes. She just goes by here like 15 times. I'm here for 4 hours, just digging into the data and doing things. It's like Sunday it works, man. Sunday it works. It all comes together.
So Carter, what's really interesting about your picks? Now, I didn't see these bets. I got them right before we were going live, so I didn't see your bets before. But the 2 that I don't do prop bets very often, and the 2 that caught my attention because they're actually outliers for this game on their odds. It's not proportional to what their stats say on DraftKings and FanDuel. The odds are outliers from what they should be. So, for example, the 2 that I picked out was Hollins and Walker, and because they're both at over plus 400 across books, plus 390, plus 400 for anytime TD for Hollins, and then we've got a heavy juicing on Walker for anytime TD at minus 185. So really interesting, very interesting anomalies there that caught my attention. So we'll see what happens. It should be great fun there.
Any Buffalo fans know Hollins was a big red zone target last year, and he was for the first 4 or 5 games for New England, and then Diggs kind of stepped up a little bit. So, and then they stretch with Williams and Pops a little bit and then Booty. But, he's still a red zone target, man. So if they get down there, he's going to get targeted. Henry, is going to get his targets, but he's been falling off. And if you look at his numbers the past 4 or 5 games, he's only got
lately he has not been doing this thing, which I actually think is another reason why he's going to have a good game tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sure he's going to step up, but
Seattle against tight ends, how their coverage is outside. They have good people in the secondary. I like the bets. Thank you so much for sharing them. Appreciate that, Carter. Appreciate that.
Of course. I got some more fancy ones. I got some pluses, 400, 600s, but I got a plus 863. You want me to share this real quick?
Why not?
Do it.
Why not? El Poopy jersey just for you. Our boy. Going to the Hall of Fame. Larry, the Super Bowl jersey.
And El Poopy, I got something for you too, buddy.
Oh, I got your hats. Thank you, Meyer, for reposting. If all you people out there watching, it would be awesome. Drop a like and repost. We appreciate you.
Just remind everybody never to trust a fart.
Oh, so you had to put it in caption. I see.
Oh, Meyer, I'm with you, Meyer. Patriots tomorrow. Let's go.
I love it.
Couple other really fun facts I thought you guys would appreciate. Carter, from our past conversations that I'm big into referee assignments. I love to look at those.
I know
We've had some replacement referee assignments, which were interesting. Roy Ellison replaced Scott Walker. Greg Steed replaced Grantis Bell. And they're both under Sean Smith. But what's interesting then is that makeup right there, that team historically has tended to favor Patriots. So we'll see what happens. But that's definitely a leading indicator for the Patriots in my humble opinion.
That's a big one. Always got to pay attention,
game, baby.
I thought you almost said Scott Foster for a second, and I was just about to throw my phone.
We don't say those words around here.
Tim Donahue, man.
Hey, stop cursing on my podcast. Don't say those.
Don't give that guy a shout out. Yeah, fuck that guy. Hey, yeah, go Larry, man. That's great, man. I'm excited about that. It's nice. First ballot, man. That's a proud moment for us to finally have something positive come from the Arizona Cardinals. I do like the hire of Mike LaFleur, though. I'm a little excited about that. I mean, he kind of wanted to be here, so I mean, that's really what it means.
Somebody wanting to be here.
I know, right?
Right. But excited for Larry. We got to start planning our trip. We got to see him get enshrined.
Man, I think the tickets are flying fast. That was the thing. I looked at them and stuff, and just trying to get out there too. But either way, man, I'll fly the drone all the way out there. We'll get it live.
El Poopy, do you have any bets for the people?
Well, I did. I sent them over to Snoopy, Von Poopy.
Snoopy.
And I forwarded them to the producer, Jonah.
Oh, you did? Yep, I'm pulling them up.
Yeah, mine's a pretty sad. I already came in pretty hot with those, So
well, here, let's pull up Carter's right now since we got his on there.
Is this your big one?
That's my big boy.
Boy.
So Bobo, the last two games, he had a 15-yarder and a 17-yarder, right? He only got targeted twice, complete one in each game. Cup, I think he puts 3 down pretty easily. He's got 4, 3, 6, 9, 8, and 7 in the last 5. Walker's the 2. Booty, they're going to stretch Booty.
I love him tomorrow.
Collins, 10 yards receiving, and JSN, a 15-yard completion. That, believe it or not, it's the outlier because he's gone 42, 11, 19, 18, 27, 39. So I think he gets a 15-yarder, but that's plus 863, dude. Come on. That's pretty tight right there.
All right.
Notice how I use bonus bets on it, though.
You have to.
I love the conversation, how you just said stretch Booty, and what was the last thing you just said?
I don't like it in the real.
I mean, there's a lot of things going on here. I'm so glad I'm on this podcast right now because this is my cup of tea, man.
Allegedly.
Hey, if you ever need comedy relief, I'll come in and stretch that booty, bro.
I actually like him a lot tomorrow. I like that bet.
Hey, everybody loves a little. Hey, Haywood loves
that, El Poopy.
Haywood loves booty, so it's okay, man.
Now here's a guy.
Hey, it's on what do you call it? NBC, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, is there a prop bet? How many times Chris Collinsworth is going to say Patrick Mahomes?
Oh wow!
Wouldn't that be
That's
awesome?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because he's going to at least mention him 3 times. Oh, you remember Patrick? I mean, it's kind of like John Madden with Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Yeah, he upset. Drake May plays just like Patrick Mahomes. Like, bro, can you just let him beat Drake May? Or it's kind of one of those things.
Tell us,
So
What you guys
tell
got?
us
one
about
of
your
my-
first bet here.
I think it's going to go under 40.5. I don't see a total blowout with 2 top defenses in the league right now. I think it's going to be pretty low scoring game, but you never know. But that's one of my bets if you want to parlay with another one. What's another one? I had the correct score, which is plus 30,000.
Ooh, that's up my alley. That's what you.
That's
put on it? That's what you put on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 50 on it. Yeah,
Whoa! All right.
that.
I'm
So
gonna
you
take
need
that
money.
tax hit. I'm gonna take that tax hit. That's my number. I actually had a dream about it the other day. I'm like, I woke up 21-17. I'm like, that's gonna be the score. So hey, maybe my dreams come true, or maybe I accidentally farted in my sleep. I don't know which one it is, but see.
I like that.
I need Snoop
I
to come over here and clean me up real fast.
Am I hallucinating, or is Drake May's number actually 17?
No, it's 10.
No, it's 10.
10.
Oh no. Oh, it was what's
You're
his
thinking of
face?
Daniel Jones, bro.
No, I'm thinking of the Bills. What's his face?
Josh Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, he's 17, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Is this a no
Confusing.
sweat or anything like that?
No, this is just straight $50 plus 30,000.
So one of my correct scores is around this number. I'll place this bet too. I'll ride with you.
Yeah, I mean, even $10 will win you $3,000. So it's kind of crazy. Even Snoop could put like 50 cents down, and he'll still win like $1,000. Hey,
right,
Snoop,
so-
did you get my diapers yet, Snoop?
Alternate.
You are a disgusting individual.
We need to
Although
calm
I
this
will
down,
say,
sir.
diapers are pretty good because
so the
they're much
line-
better than pooping while you're speaking with someone.
The line right now is at 4.5. I dropped it back a point to play it safe. I still think the Patriots will win, but you know how you like the most important thing to me is always play it safe. You never know how a game can go. So I think plus 5.5. Because I wish I took. I think was it Haywood? What was it when I did I put 1,000 on the Bengals to cover? Was it 3.5 and they lost by 4? And I was like. I was pissed. And I was
on your ass about it because I was like,
yeah, I was fucking because I only won like $4,000, and then I remember like Jamar Chase just running down the field wide open, and I just hated Aaron Donald for getting that sack. I'm like, because I think we would have flipped around. I think both you and I would have probably walked away with like $20,000 if you would have scored that touchdown. They would have won that game.
Yeah,
it was a heartbreaking moment. We're like,
right.
I'm like, damn it, Aaron Donald always got to ruin everything.
Totally.
So
appreciate you sharing your bets with the people. I know historically it's one of your better days of the year as well, Mr. December and Mr. Super Bowl. So I appreciate you.
I hope so, man. So I hope we get a good Super Bowl. That's all that matters to me.
there you go. If it's an omen, Drake May's team just won a big game today. The Tar Heels just won a big game today by.
Me too.
Oh, another prop bet. How many times will Green Day say "fuck Trump"?
Yeah.
I'll take the over on 3.
NFL's going to be a little nervous about that one.
Yeah, actually, good point.
gosh.
That's a good point.
I think they're done. They already played last night. They're done.
Yeah,
No,
but that was their pre-show. I think they're doing the.
No, they're doing the before outside. I believe
They're doing it
everybody's
before
getting
outside
inside.
tomorrow.
Yeah, because everybody wants to be an American idiot,
It's true.
Wow.
No, I mean, I'm excited.
All
I mean,
of the
I'll still
entertain-
watch the halftime show. I'll still watch I don't let that stuff phase me anymore, man.
Yeah, but you listen to Bad Bunny.
I actually did. I actually danced to his song on the beach.
Yeah,
In
and he's
Puerto
a
Rico.
wrestler too. So I'm
I
down with that.
actually danced to his song on the beach in Puerto Rico, so we're good.
I don't care to watch either of these performances. They're both fucked up.
It's just no matter what side you go to, it don't matter anymore, man. It's just like who can do it better, who can pull the crowd away. It's just, man, sports aside, we're all the country's a a mess right now. So let's
That's a whole
enjoy
other
it.
story.
These
Whole
are
nother
data
story.
decisions to have this guy. He's the number 2 streamed artist in the world before he even got announced. Like, that's a smart data decision. Like,
Yeah,
I'm a
of
data
course.
guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's the number 2 streamed artist in the world. You
Yeah.
want to expand your global reach, right? You
Yeah.
want NFL to be like everywhere, Latin America, Australia, Europe. It's like, I don't know, man.
Well, I just watched the clip from WWE when he came out when they were in Puerto Rico, and he came out against.
Yeah, the crowd
dude,
loved it.
that
Yeah, huge
crowd,
crowd.
dude, that crowd was
That was energy.
lit.
It's Taylor Swift. I know, but then Bad Bunny and then The Weeknd are the 3 most streamed artists in the world
Yeah.
Wow.
on Spotify in the world for 2025.
Wow.
What are you talking about? It is the weekend.
They do.
Who's that?
And, and it makes sense why they couldn't have Tay. You know,
Yeah.
her team wasn't
No.
there.
Their team
Yeah.
wasn't there.
They had to go with number 2. They had to go with number 2.
So where's
you
her
know,
man going? Is he? He's going to play again, right? He's leaning that way, right?
I think
Sounds
so.
like it.
I think
Yeah,
so.
but where's he going
So-
to go? That's the question, right?
All right,
But,
since we're on the topic, everybody, what's your favorite halftime show?
Oh,
The Weeknd.
Michael Jackson was always great. I mean, I was young, but I always rewatch it. That was a great one. The Dr. Dre, Eminem, that was
Yeah,
great.
that was good.
That was badass. Snoop,
That brought back a lot of memories. Not gonna lie, I kind of liked watching J Lo and Shakira shake their butts on the stage. I mean, that was kind of
nothing wrong
fun.
with
I
that.
really enjoyed that.
You like eye candy? No?
I hope La Poopy didn't hear that. Shit.
what about you, Snoop?
I gotta go with Prince.
Prince was a great one
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
In the rain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Weren't they afraid of
Appropriate.
like he might get electrocuted or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem one was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I've lost my taste for those guys, like
I was a Janet Jackson fan after hers.
Yeah.
but
My
that
favorite
Eminem
was
one
Shania Twain.
that's an inside joke.
Snoop loves Shania Twain, by the way.
Why
Who's
can't-
better if you-
Why
who's
can't we
better
have
if your boots been under?
Why can't we have like a great rock and roll band do a show?
Well, that's what a lot of people are pissed off
Dude.
because it's in San Francisco and they feel like Metallica
Yeah,
should have been
should.
up there
That would've
this
been
year
great,
and
yeah.
10 years ago. But you know what?
It's Apple Music, though. Apple Music has control of everything, so it's kind of that's who it is. So
Yeah.
and
Well,
they kind of
didn't they have the Stones? They had the Stones like back in like the early 2000s, right?
yeah.
2000, and then that was before or after Prince, somewhere around there. But the Stones were old by then. But yeah, you're right. There hasn't been a real rock act, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I appreciate El Pupe coming on and being the wince of our podcast. God bless you.
Wait, come on. Hey, I don't have Maya here with me. All right.
Yeah, well, thank God for that. I would have cut you out.
I actually like saw some of that stuff. Like, wow, he has
Somewhat,
he has quite
It's
the
somewhat
obsession.
He's obsessed. That's a whole nother topic.
Listen. He walked off of our earlier podcast tonight to go talk to Maya.
Wow. Wow. Well, anyway.
What's his wife think about all
Anyways.
this?
Carter, where are you watching the game tomorrow? I know you're got a lot of Boston roots in your family, right? You're gonna have a
I need
dig
to
at
be
the house.
here. I need to be away. Well, not last
Boston.
weekend. Yeah, the last playoff game, we had everybody over. It was crazy. So the whole family came over. Everybody dropping their eyes and talking about everything, the Brady days, and drinking
Oh,
beer.
yeah.
Yeah. Remember Tommy and how great Tommy used to be? I love Tommy. Like we would do all that.
What
I
about
love it.
Gronky? What about Gronky?
I love Gronky. He's the best. I love Gronky. He's that spike. Yeah, trust
How
me.
about
it's like
Aaron
straight-
Hernandez?
straight
He's
out
a
of a
killer.
movie, man. It's straight out of a movie. It's like The Town or something. The Family,
Right.
But yeah, I'll be home, dude.
another
I'll be home
prophet,
watching it.
Aaron Hernandez, to come back from the dead.
Oh God, that's not.
that's not-
Oof.
Hey, Snoop, can we promote Carter? Can we put up his X page and guys, everybody at home, follow Carter for his bets, man. Whenever he posts stuff, write him. He's got great insight. Get off his lawn. Straight up.
What is
Hey man, that was great insight, Carter. Thank you. I'm going to follow some of the stuff you said.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put some work into it, so I appreciate you liking it. So thanks, man.
Carter? What is your handle?
At Odds Are Podcast. Boom, boom.
Follow.
Simple.
Yes.
Say it again.
What are the odds of that?
Odds Are Podcast.
Now, Carter, how popular is the theory amongst Bostonians that Drake May is the younger clone of Tom Brady? Go ahead.
It's weird, right? It's weird when you really look at when Brady came in, like his freshman year, like his rookie year. Like it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It gets
how much you want to bet that they're trailing by a massive margin? The Patriots are trailing, and just like the first Tom Brady win, that they come roaring back in the last quarter and a half.
Jonah, stop it now. Stop it. We don't need another 28
I don't want to go through that anxiety.
No more 28 to 3s, please. If we had FanDuel at that time, imagine the line if you would have put like $100 on there.
We were all watching the game together, and El Poopy's like, I wish we had a book right here. I'll place money on it.
Dude.
I remember
that would have been killer. It would probably been like plus 3,000 or probably it would have been a lot.
It was. So
terrible.
Appreciate you, Carter. Go give these guys a follow. Go Pats for you. And I hope you guys bring one home. I appreciate you guys being here. Any other thoughts for the guys, Phyllis?
No, man, I appreciate you guys. Enjoy tomorrow. Tomorrow should be epic. Patriots are going to get the ring. And you know what? If Seattle gets the ring, I like Seattle. All right. So
no, we don't want Seattle to get the ring. No, we don't.
But they're not going to.
No.
It's not like we're playing like, I don't know, like Green Bay or somebody or the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles, by the way. Could you imagine them getting another ring?
Oh, man.
All right, guys,
the Dallas Cowboys there right now. Oh my God! Listening to all those Cowboy fans. Oh my God!
This is our last Saturday night show for football, Carter. We're gonna go Thursday nights on a live stream with me and Snoop for NBA live betting, and you're definitely gonna be coming on. So and El Poopy, when you're ready, we'll talk some Suns basketball soon. That's gonna be rolling out soon. So
Thursdays work for me, by the way, too. So that's perfect.
Okay. And Thursday's the most loaded night of the week usually. So let's get it. Let's make some money. And cheers to all you guys.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Cheers.
Cheers. Yes. All right. Well, good luck to you guys tomorrow on your bets. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Jonah, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
Always a pleasure, sir.
I would love to have you guys on, but we got an interview to show.
All right. You guys have a great one.
Drop me. I'm good.
So stick around for we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Later, guys.
Love you guys. That was fun.
That was great.
That's fun.
Love those guys.
We got to have a mute button for El Poopy.
We do. There is.
You imagine if him and Wentz were on a stream together? Anyway,
that would be comedy gold. That would be comedy gold. I would pay to see that.
That would be funny.
El Poopy, I know you can still hear us. We got to get that going. We got to get that set up.
Man, my head already hurts just thinking about it.
Well, that's a good chunk of the first segment. I hope you guys like some of their bets. Go ahead, Jonah.
You want to introduce who we're talking about, who we're going to talk to here for this interview before Snoop brings up the interview here?
Yeah, so we got connection through Snoop. You'll hear it when we open up. It's our first of this type of person on our podcast. So his name's Mason West from the Bare Bones podcast. Very, very knowledgeable. Very, very informative. We chopped it up earlier in this week in a recording, talking about all things Bears, his season, what's going forward, free agents, the draft, the stadium situation, and kind of just shoot the shit to get to know him. And dude, he's cool as heck to get to know. Little Chicago routes, especially with my co-host right here. So a lot of love there, and it was a very fun conversation. I think you guys are gonna like it. So get your popcorn, crack your beers. Don't forget to tune in afterwards because that's when we're going to show our bets. Haywood's Almanac Special. I never announced that. It's usually one of my specials for Super Bowl. I am bringing the heat, so hopefully we get it. Go ahead, Jonah.
Teaser trailer for the folks. Who, if you had to pick a winner right now before we get into the interview, who is it tomorrow?
Say that again.
You said your best day. You've called, I don't know, 9 out of the last 10 Super Bowls. Who's winning tomorrow? there's been a lot of Patriot talk tonight, but who are you putting money on tomorrow?
Seahawks.
I know
winning.
we're gonna get Seahawks winning. There we go. All right, let's see what happens, folks.
I love Carter, but I couldn't say that while he was on. I couldn't
I
do it.
suspected as such, sir.
All right, so you know me well, sir.
I do.
You know me well. But Jonah, did you? The conversation we had was great with him. I hope you enjoyed it.
That was awesome.
Yeah, well, Snoop. So thank you so much for connecting us. He definitely wants to he already reached out to me and says, "Hey, you guys bring me on anytime," like he told us at the end of the show.
I love it.
And
he's
Jonah,
a good man. He's a good man.
Yeah. And Jonah, I freaking love you. This is the last time you'll be on with us. I know it's late in your neck of the woods, so I freaking love you and got a lot of love for you.
Cheers, gentlemen. Much respect and love, Snoop. Haywood.
You.
Peace, boys. Enjoy the interview.
All right, welcome in, everybody. Jonah, Snoop. What's up, guys?
What's up?
What's up?
Snoop, tell us about our great guest that we have this evening.
Dude, this might be the first time we've ever had a doctor on the podcast. Dr. Mason West, who hosts the Bare Bones podcast. Check it out on YouTube, on Twitter. Where else can we find it?
Yeah, I mean, you can find the actual pod on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere you could, really get your pods. And hey, honestly, if it's not somewhere where you want it to be, let me know because we can try to make that happen. But yeah, probably the biggest thing, we go live on YouTube. We try to really have a good video component to it, but we also try to make it good for those audio listeners as well.
Let me know when you hit OnlyFans because that's my main source of information.
Will do.
We got a doctor on the pod. That's awesome. Welcome in, Basin. How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. And I appreciate that. I'm pretty lucky. I really started off I'm a physical therapist by trade. Got to, wanted to do that because of blending sports, played sports through high school, college, and also just my desire to be in the medical field. And I got really lucky that I got to then parlay that medical knowledge into talking about injuries, specifically a lot with NFL stuff. And, the rest is history, as they say, just in terms of being able to do podcast stuff with it.
Awesome. Love it. Awesome. So go ahead, Jonah.
Like also sports physical therapy or is it more focused on just like rehab physical therapy? So
I work at Ignite Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. I'm the clinic director of the West Loop location. We have 4 locations in the Chicagoland area, and as the name implies, right, physical therapy and sports performance. I feel we're pretty lucky that we have a pretty young clientele. My schedule is everything from 8-year-old gymnasts all the way to some professional athletes. And then of course, people like myself who just like to play pickup basketball on the weekend and can't, stay healthy kind of thing. So, unfortunately, there's also that transition a lot of times where it's like, hey, like this one gymnast I had just today, she came in for shoulder dislocations. And eventually now it's like, let's just work on the performance part. Right. And it's not surprising to anybody nowadays, gym classes are basically nothing. And a lot of these young athletes aren't really getting the strength and mobility that they need to maximally perform. Everything's about, hey, let's just do the sport. So I'm fortunate that I get to be a part of, a lot of athletes' journeys and maintaining not just their bodies to reduce the chances of injury, but also perform the best they can.
Very cool. Love it.
That's awesome. Snoop, he covers the Bears, I heard, and does a great job of this, huh?
Yeah. I did I just hear you say like basketball too?
Yeah, I wrestled and played lacrosse in college. I gave up basketball kind of earlier on, but then there's not a lot of opportunities to play lacrosse once you've got left the college grind. So, picked basketball back up. That's kind of my go-to just to stay physically active. That and ultimate frisbee are probably my 2 ways that I really get the competitive juices flowing besides trying to crush my wife in some board games.
Dude, lacrosse is intense, man. Like you can check players like hockey, like it. I mean, it's nuts.
I mean, of all the sports I played, lacrosse was probably the most fun. I got to play long stick midi, which if no one knows what that is, it's basically you get to run out there, defend the best offensive player on the other team, just beat the heck out of them with the stick, get the ball, throw it to someone else, and run off the field. I mean, what else can you ask for?
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I mean, that's how you came onto my radar was football,
Mhm.
and Bears football in particular. And I won this sweet hat off a sweet giveaway. So tell us what's going on with Bare Bones.
Yeah. So, so originally I started, I think I mentioned, got to be a part of the Chicago Audible podcast. Great guys. Will DeWitt started that, Nicholas Moriano. So if you're looking for other people to follow when it comes to the bear space, Nicholas Moriano's doing fantastic with work with that. Will doesn't really do as much, but then, they got bought out by became CHGO, which is, now a big player in the Chicago landscape when it comes to sports. And they record every single day, and as a working physical therapist, I can't really do that.
Right.
Split off. Decided to start my own thing. I got picked up by the group Second City Gridiron. Was fortunate to be with them for about 2 years, and as of literally just a week ago, last Friday, now fully independent. So it's myself and my co-host Danny Meehan. We are operating Bare Bones fully independently. Which is going to give us a lot more flexibility, which is actually pretty cool. We used to only record Thursdays because there was about 4 other podcasts part of that Second City Gridiron family, but now we get to move things around. This is a perfect week, for example. I got asked to be on this show, which I'm really excited to do, but now that means we moved our show to Friday. And so which is awesome. The fact that we can do that. It also just going to allow us to do really cool things. We're doing a bunch of mock draft work this week, off season, I should say. We're going to do a live show. So, we're hoping to get a lot of people to come out in the city and hang out with us and talk draft on draft night. It's just going to allow us a lot more latitude for things.
Is that CHGO? That's that city company. What are they called?
Yeah, CHGO. They're like part of that city network. So there's a couple other ones
City
like
network.
DNVR is out of Denver. I mean, they're trying to do like a whole like airline.
There's so Haywood and I live out in Arizona, and there's a Phoenix
Yes.
version. And I'll tell you, man, I'll be honest, I really got discouraged with them because they went and fired everybody that was really good.
They did. I can speak primarily for the CHGO group. That's the one I probably monitored the closest. But I mentioned Nicholas Moriano. I mean, he was a part of that group, and they let him go a couple of years ago, which was ridiculous. Same thing with Will DeWitt. They kind of pushed him in the back, and then eventually he was not a big piece of that. Just recently, they released Kevin Kaduk, who like really was a part of the early stages of CHGO. I don't know what the heck they're doing. It's crazy. You're hearing that a lot. A lot of people have fallen off following them closely.
Well, I've been trying to get this one NBA insider to come on the podcast, and I don't want to call him out right now. I don't want to throw his name out there, but he left the group around when all of this started happening. And then they went and fired everybody that was a part of the city locally. And then they brought in all these other guys that, I mean, what's fucked up is like we have a guy from Chicago doing Phoenix Suns coverage now.
That's crazy.
I mean, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you consider it's supposed to be a city group,
Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't have any problem with a Chicago Bulls fan commenting on Suns content. That's fine. But, let's make it about the city. Let's make it local,
All right. Somebody been there through thick and thin, knows it inside and out, fan their whole life or most of it, right? Totally. I love the background, by the way, Mason. Caleb Williams and the Chicago skyline. Caleb, you guys had a great year. Man, I want to dive into that, but I watched a couple of your shows recently when Snoop turned me on to you, and I gotta say, it's very informative stuff. I was very intrigued because I'm a nerd when it comes to off season. I think off season's going to be just as important as the regular season because that's how the foundations of your team and whatnot. But let's talk a little bit about your Bears season. So first. When I found out all your coaches that your coaching changed and everything that happened, and Snoop, I was telling him all the time, I'm huge on who you guys brought over from Detroit. Ben Johnson, in my opinion, is one of the best coaches in the NFL right now, and he proved it this year. Yeah, a little bit of a slow start, which we all knew. That takes time with the system, players adapting, stuff like that. You guys had a great year. Am I wrong for saying you guys are a year ahead of schedule?
I mean, I don't think you're crazy to say that, to be honest. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think I'm a pretty optimistic Bears fan, if we're being honest. Some could say, too much off glass half full kind of a guy. I mean, I had them at 10 wins when I did my preseason predictions. And, 10 wins might get you in the playoffs. And
that was high. That was a high guess.
And that's a high guess.
Yeah.
right? And that may or may not be a playoff record, just depending on how your division shakes out, how your conference shakes out. So the fact that they got to 11 wins, the fact that there was even a couple more games on that schedule that they potentially could have won, and the fact that they made the playoffs, won the division,
beat the Packers in the playoffs,
right? And we're really 15 yards away from making it to the NFC Championship game. I mean, that's more than really any Bears fan could hope for. I know that a lot of other fan bases who maybe don't like Bears as much, or will call it a cope to say, like, I'm just happy to be here kind of a thing. But no, legitimately, I mean, that most Bears fans, that's where they fall. I'm happy to be here because it's more than almost anyone could have expected.
Right. You were born and raised in Chicago, Mason?
Yeah, so I was born in the city, ended up moving out to the suburbs, grew up in Northbrook, Illinois, and then bumped around a little bit for school and some post graduation stuff, and came back for my first job and been here ever since.
All right, so we got 3 of the 4 from Chicago. Hey, I got the Racine Cardinals from the 1800s. So
that still counts.
Jonah, big Bears fan. I know. How long ago did Jonah? You were lived there a good chunk of your early life.
Yeah, I lived there for probably most of my early childhood. In my teens, moved out to California, but then came back in 2014, and then just moved down from Chicago here to Georgia a couple years ago. So I miss it, man. I love the Windy City.
And you complain about stuff. I mean, we just had a week here that it was basically the feels like was -20, just with how the lake factor and all that was. But people ask me, would you ever move? And I really don't know that I ever could. Just between the city itself is just amazing. The diversity that you get, the people you get to hang out with. It's super easy to get to things just being right smack in the middle of the country. The fact that I can drive down to the combine every year, and check that out, just things like that. And, some people hear some of the the negative stuff with the city and all that. It's all BS. The city is fantastic.
One thing I've always appreciated, partially because of the neighborhood culture, it's like a big city of small towns. Like, there is a small town feel as you go from neighborhood to neighborhood. It's pretty cool.
No, you could literally just walk a block, north or south or whatever, and all of a sudden it's an entirely different vibe. And the fact that you can just bop around, on the trains and experience 5 different feelings within a day is pretty cool.
One of my favorite places that I lived for a number of years in Lincoln Square, and that downtown area. And that like the little German supermarket and all that. It's such a charming place. It's awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Been there once. It was August 5th, 1998. I have family, and I remember the date because my dad surprised me with Cubs tickets in the rental car after flying to O'Hare from Phoenix, and we're supposed to drive to Michigan. And he goes, "Let's go see the Cubs." I'm like, "All right, let's go." So we did the whole Wrigley Field. Sammy had a walk off. The smell of the ivy. We did downtown, the pier. We even went to that park where Mirror with Children, the first part of his film. But I wanted to do a tour of Soldier Field, but couldn't.
That's awesome. I mean, it's such a cinematic, scenic, however you want to put it, city. Like you said, I mean, people probably get a little tired of Chicagoans talking about the culture and talking about the history of the city, but I mean, there's so much to take in that it's just amazing.
Since you brought up the Cubs, Haywood, where were you, Mason, in 2016 when we won it all?
Okay, in 2016 we won it all. I was actually in Florida at the time in PT school. And I was doing my first rotation at a hospital. I remember that very specifically, but I remember staying up that night. My wife had fallen asleep in the bed next to me, and the rain delay was crazy. Then the fact that they pulled it off like they did, I remember screaming, woke her up, woke our roommates up, and then had to drag myself out of bed to work at the hospital the next day.
So I was with a bunch of friends, and we couldn't even get close enough because every bar was full. Nobody was accepting. So we took a cab into the Wrigley area, but we just kept moving out. We were there for like 3-4 hours before the game. Every bar was full. We ended up a little over a mile away. As soon as the game ended, every single bar and restaurant emptied into the streets and everybody was running towards the state. It was so cool. It was absolutely memorable. It was great.
Yeah, I know obviously I'm biased being, growing here and being a Chicago sports fan, but when Chicago wins, period, and the few times that they've been able to pull off some championships, I mean, it hits different. Obviously that was nuts. The Blackhawks had that mini dynasty. That was pretty crazy. If and when the Bears finally, get back to hoisting that Lombardi, the city might just be destroyed, if we're being completely honest.
You got a great sports city, man. Besides the vibes, just the cultures that's there. You got a great sports city. The old school Madhouse on Madison,
Mhm.
one of the loudest venues ever. United Center, I don't know what's called now. I know it's just a great city, and dude, and one of the oldest franchises in the league, right? The Bears.
Yeah, and it's a good and a bad thing. You try to just get, pick up a Bears ticket. You're like, oh, this will be easier. Pick up a Cubs ticket on a random day. And it's like, why is every Bulls, Cubs, Bears game sold out all the time? It doesn't matter how good or
You're
bad
totally
they are.
right.
And it's like, you check out these other cities. I think it was like for that wild card, for the wild card game, the Bears had the most expensive ticket. Right. I mean, it was like $100 more than the next one in terms of what their cheapest ticket was.
Dude, that's so funny because I just heard. Do you know who the comedian Sebastian Maniscalco is?
No, I don't.
So this guy's huge. Like he sold out the United Center. He sold out Madison Square Garden 4 nights in a row.
Wow.
He couldn't even get a suite at the game.
Whoa.
That's how tough it is. It's
also
great to be part of it.
Also, Soldier Field only has half of the stadium is suites. Like it doesn't go all the way around like most stadiums.
Snoop Chanot, he's always there. Look at him.
Yeah, right. I'm here right now.
Don't even get me started in the stadium. I mean,
I wanted to bring that up. What's going on with the plans, the city? I know you said it's probably a sore subject, but that town deserves to have the Bears happy, make the fan base happy, a stadium. What is going on? What's the latest word on the stadium talks?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the crazy thing, right, when it comes to the stadium is it has the smallest capacity of any stadium in the league. And, they always put up the metrics for all, the most sold out games. And the fact that the Bears are always last is because they just literally don't have enough seats. And so in this process, right, it's time to get a new stadium. People keep talking about, well, let's start with the city. The problem is you can't do it in the city. The Soldier Field itself, if people haven't been there, you have the lake on one side, you have parks to the north and parks to the south, and Chicago is very protective of its parks, as it should be, right? So you can't really expand the city as it is, and you can't knock down what you have because now you're playing multiple years at Northwestern or something like that. And so then the Bears started looking elsewhere, and their current agreement with Soldier Field is when they did the previous renovation, which is abhorrent. They put a spaceship over it and barely added seats, if we're being honest. The Bears are still paying that off. They don't own the rights to their stadium. So, there's a whole crazy thing there. So the Bears want to own their own stadium. When the Bears switched presidents, the last thing the old president did was buy land in Arlington Heights, right, when that suburb that was just mentioned. And there was the racetrack that was out there, huge amount of land. You could put a stadium, you could put a Bears Hall of Fame, you could put restaurants, you could put a casino. And then all of a sudden you start to get into this weird tax stuff with the city where, all of a sudden the property tax shoots up because we know what you're going to put there versus what's currently there, which is an empty plot of land. And then you start to get into how are the Bears going to pay for it? Because really the Bears are pretty football poor. Like the money that the McCaskies, who are the owners, have is the Bears. That is it, right? They're not the Denver ownership that owns Walmart. They're not Jerry Jones that has oil and all this other crazy stuff. So, the Bears would need help to pay for the stadium. The NFL is going to put in some money, but in our reality, they would need help from the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. J.B. Pritzker has said he is not going to be doing that. So now the Bears are trying to figure out, well, what do we do with this empty plot of land? Can we do? Then all of a sudden Kevin Warren comes into play and he's trying to push it back into the city because he knows what it would feel like in the vibe. We already talked about how great the city is. They've looked at a couple of plots of land and they weren't really big enough. And again, the money was an issue. And now knock, 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 here comes Indiana. Indiana is saying, we will help you pay for this. We will foot the bill. We're going to put it right in northwest corner, right around Gary probably. And we have this massive chunk of land. We'll clear it.
Oh, by Gary?
Yep. Yeah, that's a whole. You imagine the smokestacks and the just terrible, pollution that's going to be in the background of every single game.
I'm not calling the team the Gary Bears. I'm sorry.
And I'm torn on it. I don't need it to be in the city, that's for sure. I mean, getting to Soldier Field right now is a terrible experience if you're being completely honest.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things about why they just don't what do you call it? Just upgrade Soldier Field, is because the traffic going in and out is so bad.
Yeah.
Like there's only one way in and out.
Exactly. And it's, whether it's Ubering there, and even if you took public transportation, you get dumped out. You still have to hike about a mile plus to get to the stadium anyway. So I don't need it to be in the city. And I would have loved it to be in Arlington Heights. But at the same time, I just want a dang stadium. I mean, there are other, right? I mean, the Giants and Jets don't play in New York. They play in New Jersey.
Right.
The Dallas Cowboys don't play in Dallas. The
San Francisco.
49ers, they don't play in San Francisco. If I had to put money on it, I think they ultimately do end up in Indiana. I really do, because right now, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change, the state of Illinois is not going to help with really the infrastructure, which is what the Bears are asking for. And Indiana's rolling out the red carpet.
Wow. Is there a certain deadline for dates as far as like when the push comes to shove?
Not particularly. I mean, that's the thing that's the most frustrating. I mean, Kevin Warren, again, current president of the Bears, has said, shovels in the ground by 2026, and it is now 2026 and no shovels are in the ground. But it's really Illinois' move right at this point, because like I said, Indiana's doing everything they can. They have the renderings. I mean, the Bears sent out an email to anyone who was subscribed to them, just saying, hey, it's a long questionnaire. It takes about 15-20 minutes, but it was all about like, what do you want and what would you do if we were in Indiana? So, I mean, it is a serious thing.
Wow. Yeah, I hope that gets resolved, and whatever can make it happen. That city deserves a good stadium and whatnot. So good luck with that. Jonah, what do you think of the Gary Bears?
Well, they'll never be called the Gary Bears, no matter how far from Chicago they are.
Right.
Technically, I mean that there's that huge chunk of metropolis that flows over the Illinois border that's still considered Chicago in a lot of ways.
Yeah, 100%.
Even if it's not technically, So I actually worked in Gary, Indiana, for a little bit at the Horseshoe Casino as a blackjack dealer for a while. Believe it or not. So. Dealing cards at the night shift in Gary, you see some pretty rough. You see the rougher side of the population for sure.
So I know the team is owned in the same family. Now, who owns it now, and how long ago? And are they going to? Do they open their pockets? Are they not like my team with Michael, who's been cheap? Just going to be flat out honest. How's the ownership like?
The ownership has been a bit of a sticky point when it comes to Bears fandom. So, you mentioned earlier in the show, the Bears are one of the oldest teams. It was really started, to talk about the Staleys and and Hallis and all these old names that really
Decatur Staleys, right?
Yeah, that started the NFL. And so the ownership is really split between the McCaskey children. Recently, before the season started, Virginia McCaskey did pass away. The matriarch, really, the daughter of George Hallis, and the season was really dedicated to her. That was where a little bit of the magic came from. Really, the front man is George McCaskey, her son, but some of the other ones, Michael, and they all got pieces. They've sold parts of the Bears, small amounts, to some other individuals, so they're also all on the board. But again, George McCaskey is really the front man there. He's the one that takes most of the flack, and I will say, George is he's not a meddler. Like, he's not. Who is like, you talk about the Jets ownership, where they talk his son saw someone in Madden that had a great rating, and that's one of the reasons why they signed them last offseason. Like, that story was crazy. That's not happening here. George has just, if anything, he has said, and it's true, I am a fan. And that can come with its own set of problems, right? Who is he hiring to then make those decisions? And the McCaskies have always been also very loyal. So I mentioned previous President Ted Phillips was with them for a long time, but he wasn't really a football guy. He was more of a finance guy. And then, people get really long leashes here. Ryan Pace got a long tenure as a GM right before Ryan Poles got hired, and so on and so forth. So and the fans have always, and I mentioned this earlier in terms of the cash flow, been like, hey, can we get an owner like Jeff Bezos? He's been wanted to own a team now forever. I actually wonder if he might buy the Seattle Seahawks when they go on sale.
Yeah, it just went on sale, right?
I mean, I wonder if he's finally if he'll buy them, but he was a name that was floated around. Like, can he please just buy us? Because he's got the money and the resources to really help this team take the next step. Because not only the Bears have been necessarily purposefully cheap, it's just they haven't had that cash flow. I mean, you go to how, free agency works and guaranteed money, and you have to put that money in escrow in order to and just have that sitting in a bank somewhere. They just have less than other teams do. And Bears fans have pounded the table of like, man, if we had a Bezos, we could be bigger players when it comes to something like free agency. But what fans also forget is, again, going back to the Ryan Pace era, I mean, they redid up in Lake Forest where, Snoop was talking about. I mean, they redid that entire area and state of the art in terms of what they have there. I mean, they are spending money. Ben Johnson, you mentioned him earlier in the show. He is not a cheap head coach. George McCaskey opened his pockets and in order to pay Ben Johnson. You have a Dennis Allen at a defensive coordinator, right? I mean, he's a failed 2-time head coach, but with all the experience he has and as good of a defensive coordinator as he wasn't a cheap guy either. So, I think a lot of fans don't necessarily realize what George has been willing to do for this team. It's just maybe not as obvious when it comes to again, the free agency and stuff like that. And again, that's all complicated when it comes to that. Players make decisions based on, relationships with agents and things like that. They make decisions based on where do I want to spend, most of my months. Do I really want to spend it in cold Chicago? It gets that vibe. And also just good versus bad teams. The Bears were pretty bad for a while. I wouldn't want to have played here during certain chunks of their history so far.
Do you think a Super Bowl changes all of that?
I mean, I think even this last year already changed that, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
When the players talk and you're seeing the output that Ben got out of this roster, that this whole collection coaches got out of this roster. Players are not all that different from fans, where they gravitate towards the gravitas of certain players, and Caleb Williams has gravity. Right. And so players are going to want to start to come and be a part of that. You're already hearing Kevin Byard talk about how badly he wants to. He's playing it close to the vest, of course. You can't just straight up say, oh, man, I really want to go back. But he wants to come back. He's a free agent right now, and he wants to be a part of this team. So you're really seeing that. And yeah, I mean, if you could get a Super Bowl all of a sudden, I mean, that's where you enter.
That brings in the cash.
Yeah, it brings in more cash. You start to, I mean, you hear that all the time, the Patriots dynasty, the Chiefs dynasty, players took less money to be able to potentially win a ring, right?
That's funny you bring that up, because I'm already hearing off-season talks about, do your people want to play for your team? Like it's a very attractive, even if that means sacrifice a little bit because of what you guys have built there. And yeah, I'm already hearing that in the off season. I know this past year, you guys are about $4 million over the cap right now, going in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have a lot of secondary free agents. You need to turn that defense around a little bit more. I think your money should be well spent there. I know DJ Moore is one of your highest paid guys. You got 7 draft picks. So I could see some players sacrificing a little bit. You guys make some deals, get some more flexibility. You had the youngest coach in the league who never called plays is now with Baltimore. So there's already this tree going on from Ben Johnson in Chicago, and it's only been 1 year. So that just shows you guys got something special building. But tell me a little bit about coming up in the off season. Maybe not necessarily as deep as what you're going to be in a few weeks, because you're still doing some more research and we got more time. But I think you're about 4 over, if I correct. And left tackle, maybe DN might be your 2 most important positions, and your 2 safeties are free agents, correct?
Yeah, I mean so both your safeties, free agents, guys like also who ended up being a starting corner for you, and Nashawn Wright, who is a Pro Bowl alternate that after coming from almost nowhere, which is a great story. He is also a free agent. You have the list of free agents for the Bears is actually like pretty extensive when you really dive into it. You could also list who was their starting tackle in Braxton Jones. is also a free agent. They had brought in CJ Gardner-Johnson to help out with that nickel. He was only here on a 1-year deal. Theo Benedict, he's actually now back officially today. He signed to be back with the Bears. But then one of your starting receivers, Alameda Zaccheaus, is a free agent. One of your kick returner, Devin Duvernay, is a free agent. I mean, it's actually a pretty extensive list when you think about it. In terms of looking ahead, yeah, $4 million is about the number there of the cap. When you factor in those 7 draft picks, you need at least probably 13 mil over. That's how much you need. You need another 10 million in wiggle room. You just really need to clear at least probably about 23 mil. Right. Someone's going to get cut. I don't know who it is necessarily. Some people are pulling for, you mentioned DJ Moore. He's making $28 million. Arguably, what is he, your wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2? I mean, like there were some games where he got targeted 3 times with 1 catch, and then he had other games where he's winning it for you in Green Bay. So the story of DJ Moore is a tough one. You could get about $15 million if you cut Tremaine Edmonds. So that would save you a good chunk of money. But you also, one of your other starting linebackers, TJ Edwards, got hurt at the end of the year there. So he broke his fibula and dislocated his ankle. He should be back for training camp, but he's already on the other side of 30 at this point. So do you want to make a hole at linebacker when you already have a kind of a question mark at linebacker? And you're also probably going to have some restructures. So guys like Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, who are on their offensive line, Kyler Gordon, or Joe Tooney, who's fantastic for the Bears at left guard. But those are all individuals who you could restructure. Also, a Montez Sweat. If you really maximize those restructures, you can open up at least like 26 million, bringing them to probably about 34 million in actual cap space if you were to cut a Tremaine Edmonds, like I mentioned. So you have a lot of holes to fill, but there's a lot of tools you have at your disposal to really create and change this team. And when you talk about the defense, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because the defense got by because of turnovers, which partially is luck. We know that it's a very transient thing, turnovers are, but at the same time, Al Harris, the way he preaches it, and who's their defensive backs coach, it's something that's you make your own luck a little bit there. So I think it's going to definitely regress, but maybe not like bottom out like you've seen other teams regress when it comes to turnovers. But when it comes to like first down, second down, they were one of the worst teams in the league in most analytics, EPA per play, defensive DVOA, things of that nature. And a lot of it was because they gave up a lot of rushing yards and they gave up a good amount of explosives. So that's the thing in terms of some of these players leaving. There's ones you want to bring back. Like I almost think it's guaranteed Kevin Byard comes back. In my humble opinion, I put a good amount of money on that. But a Nashawn Wright, even though he's a great story and he definitely earned that alternate Pro Bowl, he also gave up a lot of yards. that was a problem for them. So it would behoove you to potentially see what you have in Tyreek Stevenson, who is a holdover from the last regime, or potentially go out and get another one. There are some safeties that are very interesting. There are some corners that are very interesting in free agency that shouldn't break the bank for you. So trying to reimagine this defense at the same time, because Dennis Allen, he's going to want to really bring in a lot of his guys. Yeah. So I can see for sure that even if you can go from really what they were, which was like a bottom 32, 31 defense, if you can just get them up to like 18 now all of a sudden you're talking about a totally different conversation.
Game changes. Cole Kmet, is he coming back?
I would be blown away if he's not Cole. Now he might be another one that gets restructured or an extension of some kind to kind of spread that money out. I just think when you see how important he was to this team, there's maybe not necessarily with the receptions this year, but like as a blocker, so it was so big.
I know Snoop loves him.
I love him, but he already tweeted that it sounds like he's done, man.
I believe he'll be back.
What about?
I don't think he's getting cut.
What about Brisker?
I do not think he's going to be back. And the reason
don't go breaking my heart right now, Mason.
I think so. It's a twofold thing. It's a good and a bad thing. In terms of the bad, get that out of the way. He proved he could be healthier this year, but the concussion issues from before, right? That's something you do have to take into consideration. The good news,
think he's not able to go 110% because of that? Like, is he holding back because
he
of
said
the
as much?
concussion?
He talked about that. He mentioned that he, played a little bit more trepidation at times. At the beginning of the year, I think he found his groove as the year went on. But he did mention that himself. But mentioning as the year went on, I mean, want to go to that Rams game, there was a drive that he erased on his own. He had 3 plays in a row that he either defended the ball, made a tackle, or something of that nature that forced the Rams to punt. So I think he probably has played himself into a contract that the Bears are probably not going to be willing to or able to.
Because he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid. He deserves it too. He's been my favorite Bear over the last few years. Like, I love him.
I mean, just the consistency in terms of like who he is. Like, he is unapologetically himself, and in a way that, I mean, sometimes it gets a little cheesy with the flapping of the hands thing every once in a while. But to be fair, that's all defensive backs. Like, oh, there was an overthrow, I'm gonna like act like I was a part. You didn't do anything. Like, that was a terrible throw, right? But yeah, just again, unapologetically himself. He was a heartbeat of that defense. He set the tone. Really one of Ryan Poles' first picks. He was the second pick that Ryan Poles ever made in that second round because they didn't have a first round pick that year. I would love to have him back. He would have to take a pretty hefty, I think, hometown discount to make that happen, and I'm not sure that's happening.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's gonna go get his bag, and he deserves it.
Yeah, and football is a business. That's what a lot of fans forget. I mean, your career could be over in one snap. Go get your money when you can.
And he for sure realizes that.
If anyone knows it, it's him.
Yeah. Oh man.
Have we seen the best version of Jalen Johnson, Snoop's other favorite player, right? The DB. Have we seen the best version of him, or do you think going forward you could see another level? Health, pun intended, has been his key. He's one of my favorite Bears.
Yeah, probably the last year's Jalen Johnson is a version of the best him. I would say it's a blue chip, Pro Bowl, All Pro kind of player. This year, he was never able to get healthy. And that's not a him thing. It was the nature of his second injury. So the first injury, right, was an adductor issue that he actually had training before training camp even started. So the Bears were trying to manage that the best they could. He comes back after a couple games. And in that first game he comes back, he gets hurt again. And it was the other adductor. He needed groin surgery. The fact that he came back at all is pretty astounding. And again, he is on record of saying that he was never even close to his former self. With a full offseason to fully rehab, to fully recover, I expect that he really should be able to regain that former glory that he was the previous year.
Awesome. Is a second cornerback possibly a target in the offseason?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I mentioned already, Tyreek Stevenson's there, but I mean, the guy was a healthy scratch for a game at the end of the year there when the Bears needed defensive back help. So there's a little something. So Tyreek Stevenson is a weird guy where he has all the talent in the world, but he's a very mental player. When he's on, he is on. He plays with swagger. It's fantastic. When things are rough, and for him, one of the parts that really changed was last year when that Washington Commanders game where he's talking to fans in the stands and he's not ready for the Hail Mary, and he's a part of the reason why the Bears lost that particular game. And that game really is what sent the Bears downhill that last year.
It really was a momentum shift. I remember, man.
It was crazy. And so, anytime something like that happens with him, he gets a little off. So, you technically have someone that you could just slide in so it's not as big of a priority as you might think. However, the Bears also spoke volume saying, we don't necessarily trust him in this role at this point in time. So, there are names that have been connected to, like Alontae Taylor, Saints cornerback, is a guy that I've heard connected to them as a potential target, depending on what that's going to look like. So it's definitely up there, but there's a couple other positions that are probably taking precedent that would get called first when free agency opens.
I'm glad you brought up your D coordinator, Allen. Historically, his second year is always a huge improvement. You're totally right. Bringing in his own people. I'm excited for your offseason. You got to get some flexibility. Even if that means if I have to trade a DJ Moore for somebody to take his contract, I don't mind giving up a fifth to get a sixth. I don't mind, or something like that. Or if you get some flexibility, who I would love to see there? DN Hendrickson. I wouldn't mind seeing him there. I think he would fit well on your scheme.
I mean, you're talking, speaking music in the ears of pretty much every Bears fan. I mean, it's not a question of, is it Trey Hendrickson specifically? Is it Trey Hendrickson or Max Crosby? It's like, it's a debate. It's not one of them, either of them. It's which one.
Right. I heard the Raiders want a lot, at least 2 firsts.
So that's the part that I think is interesting. So starting with the Trey Hendrickson part, I mean, he played with Dennis Allen before, right? So you have that connection there, but that can go both ways because he knows who he is as a player. If you look at some of the advanced stats for Trey, he's a pretty horrendous run stopper. He doesn't have interest in stopping the run at this point in time. So is that something that Dennis Allen's okay with because of what he brings to you as a pass rusher? He is coming off of a back injury. He's also now 31, I believe. So all of that comes into play. But I don't, because of that back injury, because of his age, he may not be necessarily as expensive as some people think. You still have to pay a pretty penny. It's a pass rusher, but not like crazy money. Talk about the Max Crosby of it all. Yeah, like I think you're hearing like 2 firsts and a player might be kind of where the conversation starts with a Max Crosby, 29 years old, but I mean he's a very different kind of player because he's going to play the run relentlessly. He's going to also rush the passer relentlessly. Some of his advanced numbers aren't exactly what you would like in terms of pass rush win rate and some of those other things, but you know, the Raiders may want all that, but you have to probably get at least a couple teams in a bidding war to get that. They keep comparing it to what they kind of do, right? Is like, let's look at the last pass rusher trade. And it's like, well, just because Micah Parsons went for ABC 1, 2, 3, who Micah Parsons is younger, more dynamic, all these other things. And it happened very late in the offseason. So, you know, the Packers and really the Cowboys were kind of in a weird spot. There's no guarantee that, well, the next pass rusher will go for just as much, if not more.
Awesome. And a little different off topic I would like to bring up. Jonah, the quarterback for the Bears, paints his fingernails. Can you tell the folks why he does that, Mason?
Yeah. So he paints his fingernails because his mother was a nail technician, and he loves his mom, someone that, was a big part of his life growing up, someone that he looks to for, advice, comfort, all these things. And
homage to his mom.
Yeah. Just something that he did, even growing up and just continues to do. And I think it's awesome. I know I did it. I did it for the entire playoffs, really.
All right.
Right. Ode to Caleb. I did it for draft night, when he got taken. It's just a little extra flair, right? It's like wearing a hat. Who cares?
Right. One thing I heard from his teammates is that he treats his teammates like family. So he had a good upbringing, and it just shows with the type of character he has.
Especially in today's day and age of the modern young youth athlete all the way to the NFL at this point, right? The NIL deals and all that, it's just changing. So his growing up, he actually lived on his own for a while. It's because his parents were back home in DC, and he lived in an apartment on his own to go to high school, just because that was the high school that it made sense for him to go in order to really progress as a quarterback. So I mean, he had to grow up really quick. And I think that also enhanced his connection with his family, just having to be away there. And then, going and playing at Oklahoma, having to usurp the quarterback that was Spencer Rattler that was there, following, his coach over to USC. It was a very interesting path for him. And so I think all of that really, it'd be easy to be just a total prima donna. And I know that was talks before he got drafted, that was the case, that there was going to be issues with him and his dad and the team, and none of that came to fruition. And Caleb has been a professional, now a young kid who made some mistakes along the way. Don't get me wrong, there's things that you can talk about there, but his teammates absolutely love him. In
fact, the worst of that was a year after he came out of college. This is when ESPN put out that article.
Yep.
Like his rookie season, he showed no signs of prima donna. And then that article came out, and that, just drove that conversation this season.
Yeah. And that's that article, there's probably everything. I always say, like, the truth is somewhere in the middle, on both sides, whether you're someone who's trying to staunchly defend Caleb or you're trying to persecute him probably in some way. That, yeah, young kid who came into an offense that was being run by Shane Waldron at the time. And, there's no secret. I think there's enough gifs and pics floating around of conversations on the sideline between Caleb and Shane Waldron to know that they weren't really getting along. There's literally a Hard Knocks clip of previous Bears coach Matt Eberflus talking to Nick Saban, basically being like, how do I coach a young quarterback? And that's not what you want to be having, a conversation you want to be having. You should know how to do that. Right. And so, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Caleb comes in there and is like, what the heck is this? No one's really guiding me. No one's leading me. He had the comment that he had to learn how to watch film on his own. There's problems on all sides. And yes, I think he would be one of the first to tell you that he probably didn't handle behind the scenes his rookie year how he would fully want to. But at the same time, that previous Bears staff was set up to fail him too. And the fact that he came out of that and had the year that he did this year, I mean, it's impressive.
I think even Snoop mentioned that in the last regime. He's like, this set up for failure the way he's doing them.
Yeah, I mean, even something that on the surface that looked good in terms of trading a 4th-round pick, I believe it was, for Keenan Allen, right? Get him another receiver, a veteran receiver. But then when Keenan gets there, he expects his targets and he kind of runs that receiver room. And so now all of a sudden you're wondering, why is Keenan Allen getting force fed the ball? It feels like, and it's because he was, the vibe there wasn't exactly how you would like it. You couldn't let Rome Odunze grow. DJ Moore was trying to find his place within the offense as well. And so, instead of enhancing the growth of this young quarterback, you're really dampening it because you're having to funnel towards this very strong veteran presence.
I absolutely love talking football with somebody that's in the know. Our shows, the pick is in, betting picks, but we also have great sports stuff. The whole basis of what I'm about. I've done fantasy football a long time, done betting. You're a true fan and you like covering your team. And it's just an absolute cool conversation just to hear somebody in the know with it. A, do you play fantasy football? B, do you do any type of betting?
So to the first part, I play way too much fantasy football.
Yeah.
I probably have 4 dynasty teams going right now.
Oh, wow.
One of them is a full IDP.
Ooh.
And then I have another 3 redraft leagues going on. So it's a lot of that. And then when it comes to the betting, I've toned it down this year. I used to do it like some weekly stuff. It was more selective this year. Okay. So for example, during the second Green Bay game, I did bet. Oh, what's the first? The second, I did bet on Jahdae Walker to score a touchdown, and lo and behold, he scored a
we were streaming with Snoop on and Jonah. We're streaming the game and watched it, and wasn't that his first touchdown? Jonah said, right?
First touchdown was like his 3rd game he played, or 2nd game he played. It was crazy. It was just a gut feeling. I was like, you know what? I'll throw $20 on that.
Oh yeah, it paid off. Look at that. Look at that. So that's awesome. You play fantasy. I'm a huge nerd about it. Been playing since '95. I think I'm in 6-7 leagues. I don't have an IDP league. I haven't done that. That's actually one thing on my resume I haven't done, but that's pretty freaking rad. So that leads me into my next couple questions. So a couple things. I have Caleb Williams ranked the number 3 fantasy quarterback on my rankings as of right now for next year. Okay. So I've always been high on him. I think he has the talent to be the best quarterback in the league. I think his ceiling is so much more. I mean, if the guy gets up to 800 yards rushing, oh my God, league, watch out. But a couple players I would like to talk about besides Caleb, your tight end, in my opinion, is the top 3 to 4 tight end in the league. In my opinion, you guys had the best draft out of any team last year. Absolutely love him. Get your running back position. Now, Swift's under contract, correct?
He is, yes.
Okay. So Kyle, help me out. Snoop.
Manungai.
I love him. Is the same feeling with the fan base and what you see. Do you see him possibly taking more of a major role over Swift next year going forward?
That's a really interesting question. Actually, for the mock draft episode that we have tomorrow, I have the Bears, spoiler alert, taking a running back. And that was more of a, you don't need to move on from a DeAndre Swift. He had probably one of his best years as a pro. He really bought in. He was a guy that would bounce almost every run. It was very frustrating. And this year, whether it was Ben Johnson, whether it was Eric Bieniemy, the Bears' previous running back coach, really got him to run between the tackles and really buy in a bit more with pass protection. So you don't need to move on from him in any way, shape, or form. If you did, which would save you some money, I think they really do like Kyle Manungai. He really showed that, he developed better as a pass catcher. He had a couple drops early in the season. He got better as the year went on. His pass protection was really good, and he is a true between the tackle runner. So I think, I don't know that they'll really usurp. I think the Bears really like the idea of a running back by committee, like a true one, and riding the hot hand. And that's where it's frustrating if you own really either of them, or if you own both, if you try to have a handcuff, that you don't know who's going to go off in any given game. But the Bears rely so much on their run game that you can start either, and you're probably going to feel at least okay about it.
Right. So this league is not about workhorse running backs anymore. And that's changed the scene with fantasy. It's more receivers, more earlier. There's not many true workhorses. So most teams do have a good 1, two punch are more successful because running the ball is so darn important, especially with how many injuries happen, thinner pads, less callus and practicing, so on and so forth. But Montgomery and Gibbs in Detroit, Magungai and Swift, Thunder and Lightning. So between the tackles, Magungai, I love him. So they can get out of Swift and save some money possibly if they go another route, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but
Okay.
it's enough. It's enough that like the problem is you'd have to probably move on from him before you're more sure about some other things. So you'd have to really want to move, have a reason to do so. I don't necessarily expect them to, and then or potentially if you did, because this actually happened to Swift before. When they drafted a Jahmyr Gibbs, it happened a year later, to be fair, but that they did end up moving on from him. I believe, yeah, they have an out if they wanted to.
Okay.
They have a per game bonus 30,000 this year, and it would save them, a couple mil against the cap. Nothing super crazy, but just like enough that you'd entertain it. I really don't think that'll happen. By the way, I think that they're happy with the two running backs. If they might add another one, just as we're getting ready for the future, because as we've seen, it's better to be a year early than a year late on some of these things. And like the team like the Eagles does a fantastic job. It's like, well, why are you taking this tackle? Well, it's because we need to replace the tackle in like 2 years, and we'd rather have them in the pipeline. They did that at center. They continue to do that over and over and over again. So that's one of the reasons why I, again, spoiler alert, had them taking a running back in my mock draft.
Where are you picking in the first round?
25.
Okay.
Rare territory for the Bears picking so late.
Right. Right. No, thank you for the info. Luther Burden, is he going to be taking that next huge step next year? What are your thoughts on him?
That's what most people and myself expect. The biggest reason that he didn't really get on the field early was playbook. And you still saw that at the end of the year. I mean, you saw that literally in the last game. That last play there's a lot of confusion and Caleb threw the interception on. I mean, he still was telling Luther where to line up. And so it's the kind of a little bit of the between the ears thing. And not that he's not stupid, he's not dumb, but he just had a hard time with a pretty advanced offense in terms of alignments and where to be. And that's one of the reasons why Olamide Zaccheaus had such a long run at the beginning of the year. But now you saw at the end of the year really what the Bears want this offense to be. They want it to be a Colson Loveland. They want it to be a Luther Burden, and then a combo, that Rome Odunze, DJ Moore. Now, you don't have a full idea of what that is because Rome got hurt near the end of the year. He had that stress fracture in his foot. And even you saw in the 2 games he did play in the playoffs, I mean, he was not himself. He didn't have the burst. He didn't have the top speed that you would like to see there. I expect him to fully heal for next year. He's going to be back in his game. No big thing. But that's why you still kind of have a question mark of really what that'll look like. And it just ends up becoming, again, where do you disperse and how do you disperse the ball? And that's why it could be frustrating from a fantasy perspective, because let's say you do keep a DJ Moore, that's still a lot of mouths to feed. But that's why some people are saying that you could move on from DJ, because Luther could slot into that DJ Moore role very easily. And now all of a sudden he's a must own in any fantasy league.
Yeah, you guys future's looking bright. You have a great young nucleus, especially on that offensive side. It's time to get that defense a little, like you said, just get in the mid tier, and that's a huge difference of where it was, and that's going to go a longer way to your guys' success because your offense is damn good. Get a left tackle and figure out DJ Moore. I think you guys are solid there. We try to get to know our guests a little bit more on here, so I'm going to ask Snoop and Jonah and you. Your favorite Bears players of all time. You can have a Mountain Rushmore if you want. Snoop, you want to start off?
Devin Hester.
Okay.
I gotta go with the homie Devin Hester. Urlacher, of course. But go back to the '85 Super Bowl. I love Richard Dent.
Yeah.
I love me some Richard Dent. I love some Walter Payton. Like the whole '85 defense is really the Mount Rushmore.
Right.
You put everybody up there: Dent, Singletary, Otis Wilson.
Right.
Who else was on there? Gary
Wilbur Marshall. Yeah.
Wilbur Marshall. Yeah.
Yeah. And, with us, the 46 defense with Buddy Ryan, we got quite a few of those players here in 92. So what about you, Jonah?
Yeah, I would have to say the refrigerator or Walter Payton or or Larker. Yeah, those would be probably my top three. But I grew up hearing about the '85 Bears. You know, I was just a wee little guy in my dad's arms. You know, and I remember my entire childhood, my dad talking about and telling me about all the different players, and so
The best music video
it's
ever. By the
nostalgic
way.
for me. Yeah. Yeah.
The Super Bowl Shuffle.
Yeah.
Mason, what about you, brother?
The crazy thing with the Super Bowl Shuffle is how early they recorded that thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't like they did it the week, the media week or something like that. I mean, they did that early.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, my top, just, I mean, not to copy Snoop, but it's Devin Hester, just because his rookie year was during my formative years of getting into football. It was a good time to start being a Bears fan there. I mean, and the electricity that he brought, you know, the Superman, and there's almost never been a case otherwise where people aren't going to the bathroom when it's a time for a punt or a kick return, right? It's just, there was a buzz in Soldier Field every single time they were going to do so. Some other players that I feel like I need to mention, Akeem Hicks is probably just one of my favorite people and also players. His story, I mean, he was kind of not nothing, but he was an afterthought on some teams, you know, coming from after he got drafted and bouncing around a little bit. And then he just became an absolute force for that 2018 team, and just an amazing person too. I got to meet him a couple times. And then this one might be cheating, but just Khalil Mack was so transformative in terms of the vibe that he brought to that 2018. He came off of basically no practice because he got traded so late in the season, and then the Bears lost that opening game to Green Bay that year. But the strip sack that he had, and then almost ran it to a touchdown, and then just what he was able to do. There was the play where he was rushing and against Tristan Wirfs, gets the sack, and then just one arm throws him just away like a ragdoll. And Tristan Wirfs is a fantastic
big man
tackle, huge fan and a huge player. And so now, unfortunately, Mac, it was, I believe, that Dolphins game, he got hurt. And then kind of ever since after that, it never really fully was able to get healthy again. You know, he got traded to the Chargers and was able to get healthy and got back to his former form. But just for me, the again, I keep using that word, but the electricity and the excitement that just his presence brought, I mean, it's something that I'll always remember.
Dude, I got to throw Peanut Tillman up there, too.
Dude, I was going to say Peanut, too. And also, I mean, he doesn't get enough credit. Nathan Vasher was just a great player. And people forget he had a pretty fantastic couple of years with the Bears.
Dude, he had a 109-yard touchdown or something like that. 108.
Isn't that the record, I think?
Yeah.
That's the record.
Yeah. Hester's one of my favorites, obviously. Nick Forte's one of my favorites. Matt Forte, excuse me. My bad.
His brother, Nick Forte.
My bad. His brother. Yeah, Matt. Robbie Gould, I loved.
Robbie Gould was the most heartbreakingest thing I've seen.
That story is crazy. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, how do you give him up? I mean, he was the best kicker in the game, and he went out to San Francisco and proved it.
Well, he admits, so you remember he did an interview where, because he got cut up by the Bears, and he actually went to the Giants first. And he said when he was then he had one decent year, and then he went to the 49ers, and he said that was a wake-up call for him. He realized he had to go back, and he got kind of lazy with his technique and wasn't putting the work in, and you just kind of get used to the doldrums of what goes on when you're as consistent as he was. And so he admitted he needed to get cut in order to become Robbie Gould again.
Yeah. Cool. You know, that happens. You know, you need a little bit of resistance in order to move on to the next level. You know?
Yeah.
Curtis Conway's one guy I like too.
I had a Curtis Conway jersey 100 years ago.
Right?
Crazy.
You know who else I had? I had a Rashawn Salam jersey.
Wow.
Oh wow, what a call out.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate everything you brought to us. I had a great conversation. I had fun. Snoop, Jonah, any other thoughts or questions for Dr. Mason West?
Go ahead, Jonah.
I do. I have two questions, non-sports related.
Okay.
Well, one is indirectly sports related, but so the first one is you mentioned getting down and playing some board games with your wife. Are you guys more of Blood on the Clock Tower or Settlers of Catan, or what's your guys' go-to?
I wish I just had it ready. I have a picture actually of like our board game wall we have. I had to go to IKEA and get one of those like 7x7 cubes to fill all of our stuff. I mean, we'll play everything from Everdell is one of our favorites. Just this little, you create a a township of animals that all do jobs essentially, and you get resources. It's one of those, kind of almost deck builder kind of games.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely love that one. All the way to some other smaller ones, like Coup is one we go with a lot. It's like a quick aligned deception game. We go with some party ones, Secret Hitler. If you have a group of friends that you're okay being a little not okay with, it's a fantastic one. Yeah, we're definitely when her and I play, it's usually a game that takes us 1 to 2 hours to finish. And so actually we're having one of our friends make us a board game table that we, can lift the top off, and the game will sit inside, and we got all the cup holders, and we're going to project the scenery onto the table. It's going to be a great time.
Nice. Yeah. I have 2 major collections. One is my books, and the other is my board games. I've got probably 100.
Fantastic. That's music to my ears.
All of them are 1 to 2 hour long. And now, have you ever played, talking about history, have you ever played, there's the games, the computer game Civilization was actually one of the first computer games that was designed from a board game. And it was the original in the 60s. It was the original Civilization, and it takes 15 to 20 hours to play.
Jeez, I have never played that, but that sounds crazy in a good way.
Yeah, no, it's the best. And the second question is much easier. Solve the cold plunge debate for me. In your opinion, I'd love to hear. Is it better before or after a workout for an athlete? The cold plunge.
It is better before a workout.
Really?
So when you think about when you work out, right, you're creating micro tears in the muscle, and there's small amounts of inflammation that come along with that. And you get all these metabolites that build up. Lactic acid is the one that everyone likes to talk about, yada, yada. If you work out, and your goal is strength gains, let's say for the sake of argument, and then you drop into a cold plunge, you are now just dramatically decreasing the blood flow and all of those good things that are supposed to be there that you're trying to build, really. So if you're going to do a cold plunge, either you want to do it before the workout, either early in the morning, just get it done, start in your whole day, before the workout, and then warm back up and do your workout, or you want to wait a couple hours later to do so after your workout.
I love it. Yeah, that's what I heard too, is like, especially because you get the cold shock protein and the HGH amped in your blood before it gets pumped to your muscles. Fantastic. I love it. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. Snoop?
Dude, I just want to promote you, dude. So let me pull up your YouTube here. Everybody go to youtube.com/@ShyBareBones, and you can check out the Bare Bones podcast. I've really enjoyed watching it this season. You bring some good takes, and you're very knowledgeable.
Yes.
Very statistic. Also, I want to bring up your YouTube page. Everybody go follow Dr. Mason West. You can see he doesn't follow your boy Snoop, and that's okay.
Oh,
that's
fine. I got to do that right now.
Listen, that's okay, man.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
Hey, you can see Haywood follows him.
But everybody follow Mason, dude. He's awesome.
Oh, thank you for the follow.
Right.
That's awesome.
Following right now. I can't believe I will. And I appreciate the shout out. You can see our little baby YouTube page. Like I mentioned at the top, we're independent now. So the first new video will be tomorrow. And yes, it's a Chicago Bears show, but especially in the off season. So the way that we're doing it is myself and my podcast partner, Danny, we're going to each do separately a mock draft that's quote unquote for the Bears. But, all these players are players that you should know anyway. It doesn't matter if you're a Bears fan, a Ravens fan, a Saints fan, a disgusting Packers fan. This player may end up on your team, right? So we're going to do at least probably 6 of them. So, if we don't do any trades with 7 picks, 14 across the 2 of us, 14 times 6. I mean, that's a good chunk of players that you can hear about without really doing all that much work besides either flipping on YouTube or putting on Spotify. And that's the thing too. I always try the best I can to be as responsive as possible on Twitter. So if you have a question, and again, you're a Ravens fan and Lamar Jackson's got something, shoot me a DM. I'll do the best I can to answer it, or mention me in a tweet. I always try to throw as much. I want to elevate, so I don't want to just say, yeah, his ankle sucks. don't worry about it. I want to say his ankle is not doing great because, and really try to explain so that you understand the anatomy, the biomechanics, and why that ankle injury is 3 weeks long, but this other one was only 1 week long. So feel free, shoot me messages, shoot me tweets, and I'll give to whatever I can.
All right, so I'll go ahead, Jonah.
One last thought. I know we're kind of wrapping up here, but since this is going to air on Saturday, do you have a pick yet for the big game on Sunday?
Seahawks.
That was fast.
Now, is that desire? Is that who you think is going to win, or that's who you want to win, or both?
It's both. And the reason is, and this isn't necessarily fair to the Patriots, you can only play who's in front of you. And I said that for the Bears. You could only play who's in front of you. But when you do play the weaker schedule that the Patriots played, that playoff run that they had against, no offensive line Chargers and playoff Herbert, right? You go against CJ Stroud, who, you made him turn the ball over, but you also, threw 4 picks in that game. And then you play against a backup quarterback-led Denver Broncos, where the last quarter and a half was played in a snowstorm. It's hard for me to get a gauge on really who you are. And especially all those games were still close, too. Again, CJ Stroud threw 4 picks, and it wasn't exactly a blowout.
Wow.
Versus the Seahawks, their defense is scary. Sam Darnold is at the point where he can Darnold it sometimes, but he's also he can put it exactly where he wants to put it. JSN is a machine. The way that the run game is married to the pass game, Kenneth Walker fantasy owners were bummed about the Zach Charbonnet-ness of it all.
Right.
But if anything, he got kind of saved up for the playoffs. And he scored, I believe, 4 touchdowns in the playoffs when he scored 4 all regular season, something of that nature. So for me, I think it's a game that could be over at halftime.
Great question, Jonah. That's one thing we didn't even cover. Another big game.
Oh yeah, there's the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, all right.
It's funny. I don't know about y'all. I feel like the energy and the coverage for this game is lesser than other years.
100%.
There's not a big baddie like the Chiefs or the old Patriots of old that people want to see fail. There's not a super exciting team that everyone's really pumped about. It's kind of there.
What's ironic about that statement that you just made is that this Super Bowl will be broadcast all over the world more than it ever has been, bigger than ever.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be in more countries all over the world than it ever has been. So it's kind of weird that, the buzz is not there, but it's bigger than ever.
You know what's wild? So, Mason, I lived overseas for 6 years in Italy.
Where didn't you live?
And in Rome. and where didn't I live? You said
every time it's like where I used to live here, and it's like, dang, like you were at the over.
So, but what's the reason I bring that up now is it's wild because the Super Bowl is so huge. Everybody has Super Bowl parties in here. Everything. What I was so shocked at. So now keep in mind the game started at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I lived in a house. There were 6 of us, international, from all over the world, and everybody. We had people over. Everybody stayed up for the entire game. Like, I don't think most Americans realize how big the Super Bowl specifically is worldwide. It's incredible.
That's awesome. And you're seeing that now. Right? They're announced they had the game that's going to be happening in Melbourne. They listed a bunch of the countries that are going to be having that next year. One of the ones might be the Bears, right? Because one's going to be in Spain. So, and they're one of the 3 teams that have the marketing rights for Spain. So they could be overseas next year for their home game. It's very cool to see this game growing internationally, one from fandom, but also from players too. I think this game, everyone always jokes like, why aren't there sumo wrestlers that are playing offensive line? And it's kind of like, I kind of hope that you see more rugby players playing football. You hope that you see like all these other. We have the Olympics coming up, opening games for the Winter Olympics are tomorrow. Or tomorrow is Friday. Obviously, we're going on Saturday. There are just some fantastic athletes all over the world, and you hope to see this game continue to grow in a way where more like the NBA has, where more individuals are loving the sport, whether they're watching it or loving the sport because they're playing it.
Amen.
All right. So everybody at home that want to get your inside scoop on the Bears, very informative. That's one thing I was blown away with when I watched a couple of your shows. Very informative. And if you want to know certain details, go follow the Bare Bones was a podcast on YouTube as we show everybody. Drop him a follow. Mason, it's been an absolute pleasure you being on. Thank you for your time. A, did you enjoy being on? And two, I would love to have you back on maybe when the draft's around to talk a little Bears insight, what's maybe going on before or after, or even free agency.
No, this was terrible. No, of course, this is super fun. I've been fortunate enough that I've been asked to be on a bunch of different shows over the last couple of years, and honestly, this is one of the more fun ones I've gotten to be a part of. The vibe you guys create, the questions you ask, and just for who you are. I mean, the short time that I've gotten to talk to you, this is fantastic. But yeah, my line's open. Just hit me up, and I'll always do the best I can to try to make things work. As you can tell, I just love talking football. So,
Yes.
If anything I can say helps someone understand the game a little better, then I'm all for it.
Awesome. Well, appreciate your time. Don't jump off, Mason. If you want to have a minute or two, maybe we can chop it up afterwards. Don't leave, everybody. We're going back to the show. Go ahead, Jonah. We got the picks coming in segment coming
That's
up.
right. That's right. Stay tuned for the picks from the Pick Is In coming up shortly here.
The big game.
Big
Let's
game.
go. Thank you. All right. What's up, Snoop?
What's up? What's up?
How many hours of podcasting for you today, sir?
407.
Hey, that was a great conversation. I actually thought it was a really good conversation. Good insight. Thank you so much for hooking up that interview. That was awesome.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable,
Yeah, for sure. And first doctor. My gosh.
Yeah.
Has any doctor been on phone booth in general?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
I think so.
All right. Well, appreciate everybody at home for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Last Saturday night show, and we're ready to put some winning bets. Snoop, what time is it?
What time is it?
Show me the money!
Let's go. It's the betting segment, our last segment for NFL this season until next year. We're going to start off with what I've already talked about last week. We're going to ride Joe Sorello, friend of the podcast that came on 2 weeks ago. Kenneth Walker, over 20.5 receiving yards at minus 110. Now, this was earlier in the week. I have not checked it recently if it's gone up, which I should have. But 50 pays out. 95, 45. This has happened, I believe, in 5-6 straight games. So we're going to go ahead and ride this. So it's in last week's show link as far as the post in the comments. I'm going to post it tonight to this show as well. So that's one bet that we're going with. On the next one. Actually, can you bring up the not the score ones? Bring up the parlay one. It should be like 8 legs. There's a bunch of stuff on it. If we can bring that up, that'd be great. We'll talk about that one first.
I don't think I have that one.
It's gonna be, I sent to you. It's right after the Kenneth Walker one. It has Walker for receptions, receiving yards, rushing and receiving yards, touchdown. It's plus 764. I can resend it if you need it real quick.
I don't have it.
Oh, you don't? All right. Well, shoot. All right. I send it right now to you. Perfect. I don't know if you could bring it on over. Sent it to you right now. Appreciate the patience. That's all right. Appreciate you, Snoop. So I put together a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-leg parlay. So these are things I've been working on for 2 weeks. It's at plus 764 on FanDuel. I have not officially placed this because I'm waiting to get some type of boost to make you guys some extra money. So I'm usually really good at these historically. Super Bowl is one of my better days of the year. So all of these. So we talked about Kenneth Walker already with the receptions earlier show with Carter. His yardage for receiving with our boy Joe Sorello, 80 yards rushing and receiving. Only touchdown part of this bet is Kenneth Walker, so I'm heavy on him tomorrow. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 80 yards. Hunter Henry with 3 catches. He has not done this in a while, but I strongly believe he will tomorrow, especially with the coverage matchups that we're looking at. And Keyshawn Butte with at least 10 yards. That should be one catch. And I totally move the under down. These are all alternate legs, guys. So I have not officially placed. If you have a boost anywhere on your sports books, take advantage to do this. I will be posting something to the show on the comments. Next one, Snoop. All right, so I'm doing some correct scores. I hit 17 of these over my lifetime, and that's pretty damn good percentage. I'm only doing small dollar bets. As you can see, there's a bunch of numbers that come to mind. I'm favoring the Seahawks and my bets on this one because I like them heavily, but I might actually go with a Patriots one with El Poopy. I kind of like the 21-17 just in case if the game's different than what I see it. 23-17, 23-13. Look at the odds. 100 plus 15,000 plus 10,000. $5 wins $505 on that one. $2.50 wins $377 on the other one. So I'm doing small dollar ones. I'm more confident in the 23-17. I do like the under on the game. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring, but that's why I put more. So next picture, if you could put on up, that'd be great, Snoop. Do we have any other correct scores? I sent those as well to you. I sent you quite a few of them.
I don't see any.
Oh, really? Oh, man. I sent you quite a few of them. Give me 1 second here. Shoot. Can I send them back to you then? Yeah, I sent them all to you. I don't know why you didn't get them. Huh.
I don't know.
Shoot. All right, I sent you one right now. So let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's see here. Let's see if I can send you another one. Not the last one. I'm going to delete that one. Let's pull up that next picture that I sent you. Appreciate it. So if it is a high-scoring game, one thing I've already told Snoop, the recording on Here's the Thing podcast, Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. EST for next week. I'll be on it. I think the Seahawks can win by 2 touchdowns. And the number 33 and the number 13 come to mind. 19 comes to mind as well. So these are all small plays. I have a couple other correct scores. It's okay. We don't have to show them. I'll go ahead and post them to the show. So just small. I got a combined $20 on correct scores. If I hit one of them, it's well worth it. So these are some mini Haywood specials that I'm cooking up. Let's go ahead and bring that one up that you had. Haywood's Almanac special of the game. So if can we zoom in by any chance? That'd be great. So little birdie told me, I have a friend that works for the Seahawks. The last time they had practice, like a major practice, they were working on Cooper Kupp throwing a pass on a trick play. This is plus 1,200 on DraftKings. 25 pays 325. I'm pretty successful at these in the past. It's usually one of my best days. As I said, this is my day. I've read this several times. McCaffrey a couple years ago, Jennings a couple years ago. It's happened in previous games. Joe Mixon in the Rams-Bengals game. So the playbook gets expanded. We're going to see trick plays. And from what I heard from my little birdie that works for the Seahawks, they were working on this. So one passing touchdown for him is 25. Let's move to the next one. Perfect. So any non-quarterback to throw a touchdown was my original bet when I heard this news. The Cooper Kupp prop just came up today on DraftKings. I put 0.30 bands on it. The payout was $390 plus 1,200. I really like this. I really like this a lot. The odds are incredible. Like I said, the playbook's going to be expanded, and we should definitely see some trickery. So ride my bets, ones you like. Hopefully we'll hit a couple of them for you and get money in your pockets. But that is the show me the money aspect of the show.
Show me the money!
Let's go. Thank you, Snoop. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Appreciate you. So everybody at home, thank you again for watching. Last Saturday night show. Check us out soon with my boy Snoop. We're going to be doing some NBA, and I really think we're going to be doing some good things here, Snoop.
Allegedly.
We'll see. That was a good time. Any final thoughts for the folks at home, Snoop?
No. Let's have a good Super Bowl. And let's just all watch Bad Bunny at halftime.
He's going to score a touchdown.
Right?
Well, heck, cheers to you, Snoop.
Cheers. I got nothing. Cheers.
Cheers. Love you, brother. So thank you, everybody, for watching this season. It's been an absolute blessing. I love doing this. And catch us out on the Pick Us In NBA version. It's going to be on Thursday nights. We don't have a direct time. This Thursday is not a loaded slate with the All-Star break coming up, so Pick Us In might be taking a little bit of a break, but we'll be back rolling in style, getting this NBA thing going probably in 2 weeks. And thank you at home, everybody, all the people. Snoop, thank you. Thank you, Phone Booth. And everybody, let's make some money, and happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.